joking. And actually,
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
what is up? All right, there we go. Okay. Yo, what is up? How y'all doing? Hope everyone's chilling, doing all right. This Monday night. Been a long day, man. Been a long day. Had to clock out for the night, but if you want Frogan lore with maximum fat shaming, I recommend Angry Cops video. Angry Cops, hell yeah. Okay. I had more Pegasus up, so I'll definitely I'll get Angry Cops real quick.
They said Angry Cows.
What, baby?
They said
Angry
Angry Cows.
Cops, Frogan. Hell yeah. Hey, thanks for the oh, dude, I like Angry Cops. I know Angry Cops. This dude rocks. This is 6 months ago though. I want something a little bit more fresh. I actually already watched this video. 22 minutes. Yeah, I already watched it. The 8 oh, okay. Yeah, 22 minutes. But yeah, the fucking Frogan's retarded. I want to see this this Tectone thing. Cause he got banned for calling her a fat hoe. Or a fat piece of shit. That was it. Was that recently that he got banned for saying it? Anyways. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna finish this Chris Chan's documentary by Turkey Tom. Mr. Tom himself. But Nixon. Thanks for coming in. Alright, thanks for coming in. Let's get this set up. I'll be working on Idle Streaming Bonanza while we're reacting. I have some bugs that I have to smooth over that came to attention. Nothing crazy, just shit being out of place when it shouldn't be there. So, like cups being active when they shouldn't be there. So, we'll be doing some testing while we're doing that. But let's get set up for this shit. And boom. Oop, wrong one. There we go. Okay. Frogan herself. Himself. Whatever. Alright, that should be good. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, pathetic streamer desperately tries to apologize after losing everything. Little backstory on Frogan. From what I know anyways, Frogan is under the umbrella of Hassan. I think she's a Hassan orbiter. A very low one, but very fat. Orbiter. I think she's fairly small, like 20, 40 viewers. Something along the lines. A two-time up-and-coming streamer. All right, the two-time. We got a new two-time, everybody. We got a new two-time. Okay, it's no longer the Doc. All right, no longer Dr. Disrespect. We got Jabba the Hutt 2 times. All right. Anyways, Frogan, controversial, obviously. Just look at her, take a gander. Call her Jabba the Hutt or Habibi the Hutt. I don't remember. But she had some pretty spicy things to say about veterans. How she doesn't give a shit if they kill themselves or have PTSD, and that she hopes that they get PTSD. I am a veteran. This is a veteran channel, and yeah, we don't take too kindly to them words. Those are fighting words. So we're gonna give old Frogan a gander here. Aside from the soldier thing or the U.S. veterans things, I don't know much about her. I'm hoping this video kind of clears it up. Anyone else has any lore that they'd like to share? I'm open to see it, but right now it's not looking too good. I would. Oh my God. I want to see the crash out. I want to see. I know it's bad. I shouldn't wish it upon people, but I want to see. I want to see the just desserts, and by the looks of it, she gets plenty of desserts. So I just want to see. I want to see.
Okay, we got a lot of updates to the whole Hassan group situation. Basically, Hassan's former head moderator, Frogan, has released a video on her YouTube channel responding to H3H3. And no joke, this might be the worst apology I've seen in a while. She talks about how her wishing death and PTSD on US veterans was actually her misspeaking on a live stream.
Ah, horse shit. I fucking saw the video. She straight up said, she's like, fuck them fucking veterans. I hope they get PTSD. United States veterans? I don't know.
Literally
Verbatim.
double triple
Verbatim
on it, calling it base the next day. She talks about how empathetic she is towards H3H3 when her and a group of friends literally try to ruin his life and called CPS on his kids. We also have another pathetic streamer in Hassan's orbit named Denims, who also apologized for spreading the false rumors about H3H3's kids, but then somehow makes the situation about herself and plays victim. And
She's
then,
a piece
as
of
usual,
shit
we have
too.
Hassan
I don't know much about Denims, but from what I've seen, I know that she was doing false CPS claims on H3H3, and I'm not sweeping for H3H3. I don't know Ethan, and I'm not a fan of Ethan. Maybe his earlier stuff, like I said, with iDubbbz, because I was a fan of iDubbbz back in the day too. You know, that fucking edgy humor. What?
You like that Borderlands character on fucking Fortnite, right?
Yeah, but
Did you have him?
Huh?
He's bad.
Oh no, I'm good. But not a fan of H3H3. His older stuff, sure, or Ethan, whatever. Fuck yeah, continue.
Crashing out yet again, denying that the backlash to the content cop is even real, saying that the dislikes are fake. He also defends the creepy psychopath Bad Empanada, who simulated shooting Ethan's wife in a video game. But yeah,
What?
lots of updates,
I gotta
juicy
see that.
episode. Grab your snacks. We're gonna go over all of this one by one. Starting with Frogan's new video, Frogan's response to Ethan Klein.
I think the content cop was great. You know, I feel like Ian approached it in a way that nobody else does. He approached it with empathy and
You would think the content cop is great. You would think that. I watched the content cop. It wasn't that good. Now, there is certain parts that could have been misconstrued as a lot of people, okay, the fucking sword, all right? The fucking sword. Everyone's yapping about the sword. Everyone's fucking yapping about this Ichigo Bankai sword. If you don't know the sword, it's got a fucking swastika on it, or a manji. But to a layman, it'd be like, oh my god, it's a fucking swastika. The swastika actually had, here, I'll show you. Let me bring up old CapCut. I'm sorry, guys, I use CapCut. It's easy. It's easy for me. I don't care. I don't do massive amounts of editing. I use CapCut. All right, so we're gonna bring up. I got the intro already laid out. Check it out. Here is the intro to the content cop. Okay, it's the intro. Well, that's my shit. All right, here's Hassan fucking yapping, and then doing the wake up, Ethan, right? We'll come here.
Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up.
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up, Ethan.
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up.
Since anyone?
Just wake up.
This right here is deliberate. I don't care what anyone says. It is deliberate. Hours upon hours editing this content cop video, and he would have noticed this, and they would have noticed it in the while recording this. Okay, anything else is fucking cap, and you're sweeping, because this is a joke I would do. This is a slight plug that I would put in a video, that anyone could put in a video. And it's a quick snippet. If you look here, it's barely even a second, okay? I know it's a manji, Godspeed. I know it's a manji. I know what the manji is. It's a Buddha symbol. But the underlying meaning of pointing it at the screen, right? It's meant to be a fucking gag. It's a meme. Okay, it's a meme. A dog whistle is a little far-fetched. But this is a spite video. And this is something that anyone would do for a spite video. Yeah, no, I know it's a manji. Manji. all of commentary is retarded with that. No offense. No, none taken. None taken. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I know this is the manji. It's a Buddhist symbol. The first time I saw it was in Master of the Flying Guillotine. Master of the Flying Guillotine. It's a old kung fu movie. Dude wore it on his robe. But anyways, this is 100% deliberate, and it's meant to be a gag. There's no fucking way. I don't care how much this guy has disavowed his old past and all that shit. He's still in there. He's still in there. I know he is. Okay? And this is deliberate. Look at it. Look at the first frame. He's looking right at it. Okay? He's looking right at it. And he looks at the camera. Okay? And he points it right at the camera. Why have it pointed like this at the camera? Right? Why not have it up and down? Why not have it up and down? It's a fucking gag. 100%. Okay? Now, I want you to see this. All right? If I were to do this. Because they would have saw it. They would have saw it. Okay? It was purpose. They knew it was in there. Look, I just removed it. Besides the music skipping.
Just wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
There would have been no difference. There would have been no difference. No, it was a purpose jab. It was a subliminal. It was trying to be a subliminal message. Dog whistle, yeah. You know, I don't think it was a dog whistle, like I said, but definitely placed. Okay. Anything else is fucking sweeping. I don't care what you say.
And, you know, it was supposed to make people feel bad for Ethan.
So the purpose of the content cop was for people to feel bad for Ethan.
No.
Definitely not.
It was a spite video. It wasn't a feel bad for Ethan video. It was a spite video. That's what content cops are, spite.
Hate his guts and harass him and his family even more. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. The entire content cop was iDubbbz literally blaming Ethan for crashing out while leaving out the entire context that your friend group literally called CPS on his kids and sent him human skulls in the mail. The content cop had
I'm not sure if Ethan was like, was Ethan like super base? Was like, oh cool, I got skulls and like fucking hang him up, or was he like being a little pussy about it? I'd have been like, sick, fucking free skulls, let's go. I don't have to kill anybody tonight in Rust.
zero empathy, and you people acting like you're somehow caring when you're some of the most vile people on the planet is just crazy. Now, if you guys remember, the last time we talked about her, she was crying, melting down on stream,
Fake
wondering
fucking tears.
if karma is real, asking people, what did I do to deserve this?
What do you think he
And here
did?
she continues on that point.
One of the main things, especially as content creators,
What do you think he did? It couldn't have been all veterans should get PTSD. It couldn't be being a fat piece of shit, could it?
people tend to dehumanize us and forget that we're living normal people just like you. So obviously,
Barely.
with so much pressure on the internet, both on myself,
I think Tectone got banned for 2 weeks for calling her a fat piece of shit, and she gets a 1-day ban for saying all veterans should get PTSD. That's fucking crazy. It really benefits you to be under the Hassan umbrella, the umbrella of fucking communism or socialism, whatever the fuck he is.
and I'm sure Ethan can relate to this.
Him and
too.
Dan Clancy
It's fucking hell. It's
jerking
it's
each
hard
other
to
off.
manage, it's hard to deal with. So I feel like Ian approached it in a way that was more so holding a friend accountable and in a softer way, and wanted to generate empathy for Ethan. Other people don't do that.
Yeah, I love how she talks about dehumanizing people. Meanwhile, Hassan and her group literally do this all the time. You completely dehumanize the other side so much to the point where you become utterly vile people. Hassan watches babies getting murdered and laughs and says they deserved it because they're from the other side and they're settlers.
Fake fucking laugh too. I saw that too. Fake laughter. You know, obviously forced, trying to spark a reaction. That's why these assholes are always in the fucking trending on Twitter. It's because they have just some insane take, and these retards eat it up, just like I am now. Like I'm covering this, but these retards eat it up. You know,
Literal babies. I mean, you gotta be a complete psychopath. And yeah, I imagine the backlash is hard to deal with when you wish US veterans PTSD and say they should all die and be denied healthcare, and then you double triple down on it, say that you want to recreate 9/11 with a birthday cake. I mean, I imagine it's hard to deal with the consequences of your own actions and your own words. Then she talks about her appearance in the Content Cop video.
I received a text asking to say something
shit.
nice about Ethan, and to be honest, I thought about it long and hard because I was like, this man does not deserve anything nice from me. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. Maybe it'll give me some closure. So I wrote a letter
Some
to
closure.
Ethan,
I need
and
closure.
I read it off, and iDubbbz put it in the video, and this was Ethan's reaction to the video.
I bet you
will
would.
be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports for good that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
I think
Listen,
Thank you.
Frogan, she's so dumb that you almost can't be even mad at her.
She did wish us the best in the end. It almost felt like the nicest one of them all.
I think she was the only one being genuine,
Yeah.
actually. So I don't want to, whatever, just Frogan, just chill, okay? Just stop being an idiot and I'll stop talking about you. It's really simple math.
she's also by far the smallest creator of the bunch.
Right.
I mean, is it even like cool that he included her? Like, she's just gonna get more shit for being
It's
involved.
not. It's not cool.
And,
on
like,
his
it's
behalf.
not- it's
he
tot-
knows what like this entails.
Does she grow from this though? Like, is this something that she can piggyback on and fucking grow? Doubtful. Doubtful. Hold on a second.
Part made me laugh because it was very tone deaf.
Her using the word tone deaf is absolutely hilarious. Do you even hear yourself? Ethan is literally saying iDubbbz did you a disservice putting you in the video because you're gonna get a lot of backlash.
True.
What Ethan is doing is showing empathy here. He's talking about how it must be hard for you to deal with because you're a small creator and you're not used to all of this backlash. And he was right. You did end up crying on stream. So he's actually showing empathy here. Meanwhile, you just said that even the little nice thing you said about Ethan in the Content Cop, you didn't want to say it. You actually couldn't think of a single nice thing to say, so you didn't even mean it. I mean, how hypocritical can you actually be? Then she goes complete narcissist mode, talking about how the content nuke was about her and how she's not actually
Oh my
irrelevant.
god, dude.
It was very tone deaf, and he's acting like half of his content nuke wasn't about me. Half of the content nuke, the entire ending half, was about me. So if I'm so irrelevant and so uncool to include, why the f was I in your goddamn video?
Yeah, this is some crazy narcissism. Like,
you do that?
as I said, the only reason people talk about you is because you're a horrible person who says and does horrible things. You're
Ah,
kind
I
of
fucking
like
hate her, dude. I hate her so much, dude. I fucking hate Frogan. I just want to... I hate her fucking face. I hate her so goddamn much. God, man.
Johnny Somali, you know, just a broke, pathetic, complete loser, and people only talk about you to make fun of you. And yes, you are completely irrelevant. Like, if you noticed, the last few times I talked about her, I had to put Hassan Mod in the title or just some generic word like pathetic streamer. I've never actually used her name in a title because you get no views. Nobody knows who you are.
I think it's funny that you think me being in the iDubbbz video is what's going to cause this harassment. But in reality, it's you, Ethan. You're acting like you haven't spent the last year and a half doing everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations such as the ADL to get me banned off Twitch because I made a joke about you not being able to say Habibi.
Oh yeah, the joke. You mean the literal racist tier list you made that ranked people from
That's
Arab
fucked.
to Jew? I mean, it was literally against Twitch terms of service.
It's
You
funny, though.
obviously
Kinda.
deserve to be banned for that. But no, guys, I'm not dehumanizing people. But Jews, though. It's so disgusting. This is the person on Twitter calling you a Nazi, by the way. The irony is insane. Then she uses the classic Hamas piker tactic and accuses Ethan of being racist.
This next section is about the double standards of Ethan's thinking. Let's get started with this clip.
Personally, though, and I've seen Hassan do this before, is he's accused me of it. He goes, "Oh, you just hate Muslims." It's like, bro, can you actually just can you actually please just respond to a real argument? Like, please, bro. You know, he just like, you can't just sweep everything away by saying that. It's just not right. I have never. They accuse me of doing it. They go, "Oh, Ethan's just targeting Arab and Muslim creators." It's like I have never one time mentioned her hijabi or brought anyone's fucking identity into my criticism of them.
You haven't said anything about me being Muslim directly, but your ideas about Muslims are pretty obvious from what you say.
Okay, so she's popped up 2 tweets here as examples of Ethan being racist. Let's actually take a look at the tweets. So the left one here is Ethan criticizing literal terrorists. And then the second tweet...
All right, hold on.
So the left one...
Enjoy your drugs and being a sex worker. Hamas would kill you on the spot. I'm in South Beach having fun on drugs.
Here is Ethan criticizing literal terrorists. And then the second tweet is Ethan playing a game called Twitch or
Ethan, I'm not a Zionist client playing fucking Twitch or terrorist live to thousands of people. Islamophobia on full display. They had to like cut out Islamophobia. Is that a trigger word? Do people get triggered over that shit?
Terrorist, where they basically flash a quote on screen and you have to guess if it was said by a Twitch streamer or a terrorist.
That's funny.
And when you see quotes like America deserved 9/11, it's kind of hard to guess if that was a Twitch streamer or a terrorist because, you know, it's so similar, which is why the game actually works in the first place. Then we get to the best part. Frogan says that she misspoke when she wished American veterans had PTSD.
The next thing I want to bring up are the double standards both Ethan and Gila have for themselves. Let's get started with this clip.
We misspoke. It didn't sound good. We immediately corrected ourselves. You know, that's how mature people do. That's how how you're supposed to handle yourself, isn't it? Like, what more do you want me to do?
I have no problem apologizing and admitting and whatever is needed when things happen.
This was in response to people bringing up how Gila said Yoav Gallant was a great guy, even though he's literally a war criminal and pro-genocide. I'm a live streamer as well. I know being live for hours and hours on end, you can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the U.S. military.
Oh, that's right. She just misspoke, guys, after double, triple downing on it the next day. After she literally looked back on the clip after all of the backlash and still agreed with it. I mean, I gotta play the clip. I'm sorry.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. But like...
Yeah, dude. She's KOS, bro. She's KOS. 100%.
You're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my Camaro, no student loan.
In Rust.
You.
KOS in Rust.
PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into America. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into America.
Oh, they will. You'll be paying for it too, baby.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, based? Based? Like, am I supposed to be like...
Is this like just a filter on this camera? It's so grimy. Is like her room full of smoke? The fuck?
Like I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Based?
Based? I'm not walking back on it, guys. I still agree with it. Meanwhile, now, I misspoke, guys. You know, you stream for 5 hours. You just don't know what you're saying. Also, boo-hoo, I hope you get PTSD and die. I mean, you can't make this up, guys. This is just absolute cinema. Like, how do you encounter a person this absolutely disgusting?
What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
Then she compares her apology to Elo's apology.
I want to explain it because people bring it up non-stop. I apologize for it right away when Ethan made a video to address this on his Ethan Klein channel. I
Next day, I think
made
it
a
was.
quick appearance in that video just to say I'm sorry, I misspoke. I shouldn't have called him a really good guy. Like, I don't know why I said it like that.
What more do you want from me? I did the same exact thing.
Okay, you can't be serious. So Gila immediately apologized the day after and did not double down like you did. It is completely different. If you went live the next
Oh, I
day
do call it
with
here. What the
actual
fuck?
remorse and said, I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was thinking. I was in the heat of the moment. I said something vile. I shouldn't have. I won't do it again. I don't agree with that. Then we wouldn't be here. People make mistakes all the time. It's fine. But every single action you've done to this date just doubles down on what you've said that time, and you obviously still believe it, and you routinely wish the worst on everyone you don't actually like. So I don't know, it's just not the same at all.
And to those who are constantly defending me and having my back, I appreciate you and thank you so much. You know, during a time like this, it feels like the damage has been done physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially, but you know, after a year and a half of harassment, it feels very calming that people are actually finally on my side.
Who are you dreaming? Who is actually on your side? This is some Hassan level delusion, bro. 99% of people are not on your side. Like, this is what I'm talking about.
She thinks, man, I almost feel bad for her. Like, Hassan's not gonna fucking prop her up, dude. Like, as soon as she's sinking, she's gone. Hassan's not gonna stick out his fucking neck for this person. I don't think she realizes that. I think she's a mod for him, and that's how she started streaming in the first place. Don't fucking quote me on that. I don't know. The less I know about this person, I'll sleep better at night. Okay? But, like, it's a sinking ship. It's a sinking ship. And if she causes any more, like, fucking... If she causes any more drama, I mean, let's be real. I don't think she'll cause any drama without Papa Hassan's say-so, though. You know, as long as it falls under his fucking to-do list or okay list, she ain't gonna say shit. But, I don't know. If I was Hassan, I'd make her into a scapegoat. I'd say some, like, fucking horrendous shit. Some horrendous ass shit. I mean, worse than he's already said now, and then just like, oh yeah, Frogan told me to say it. Or, I don't know, dude. Maybe, like, pass it through AI. Just pass it through AI and just fucking frame her. It'd be so, oh man. Alright.
It's the complete echo chamber. I mean, yeah, I mean, if the only people you talk to are your little group of iDubbbz, Hassan, Denims, then yeah, I guess people are on your side. But if you ask any regular person on the internet or in real life, they will not like you. If they hear the things you've said, they will think you're a vile, disgusting person. And all of this damage you were talking about, oh, I've been damaged physically. Like, the only physical damage been done to yourself is when you stuff yourself every day, let's be honest. You decided to yap on the internet, and you got criticized
That's
for
true. Bitch is fat. I'm a fat guy, I can say that.
Like, how is that other people's fault? Then she says her life is now hell because of all the backlash.
It's been a nightmare for me. To Ethan,
I can
if
say
you're
someone
watching
else is fat. So if I get banned, I'm coming after you for discrimination.
this for some reason, you've made my life hell. I will say that. You've made my life fucking hell. But at the end of the day, what I said at the end of the content cop still stands. I wish you the best.
Yeah, Ethan, I wish you the best, but also I want your kids taken away from you, and I'm gonna lie about you at every chance. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm glad your life is hell. Like, you are one of the few people that actually deserve it. This pathetic excuse for an apology is not gonna change anyone's mind. You made my life hell. I'm sorry. Aren't you associating with people who call CPS and send human skulls? You didn't even mention that once, obviously, because that would make her look bad. Ian approaches Content Cup with empathy. Ian in the Content Cup claims Ethan needs a good ass whooping. Plays the "oh brother, this guy stinks" soundbite because the Seattle guy wouldn't go along with his dumb plan to lower Ethan's apology grade. Never gives context for the CPS stream. Says that Ethan has always been a light friend. Misrepresents his arguments about the tier list. Poses with the blatant swastika sword. Weaponizes Ethan's history of mental illness. Turned a segment where he was supposed to say something nice about Ethan into a personalized therapy session where he cries on camera because people don't like his wife. Dropped a video a month after he said on the podcast he didn't want to get involved with drama. I don't even like Ethan, but his content cut was so blatantly in bad faith and gaslighting that it baffles me anybody could have liked it after sitting down to watch it. Exactly. That's like most of our takes, honestly. I have no problem apologizing. Doesn't apologize.
Yo, okay, so I 100, like, I think I'm on I watched Ethan say, like, Sam Hyde broke iDubbbz. I think that 100%. Like, he was trying to get over on him, see how he fell off. You know, the same shit that he did to, the same thing that he did to Dax and Airsoft Fatty. It was not a way to prop them up. It was a way to make fun of them. The videos for, like, the Where Are They Now videos or Full Force or whatever the fucking Dax Flame one was, it was a content cop, but in a different light, right? It was the same shit, making fun of them, just not to their face or, like, as aggressive. It was more they infiltrated, pretended to be fucking friends, and then just slight them. Like some fucking, I don't know, some fucking sneak thief. Sneaky ass shit. Pussy shit.
Anyways, we gotta move on to the Denim's apology now. This is the woman who made fun of R-word victims and denied SA happening because they were Israeli and, you know, humanizing them is not at all allowed. First, Ethan points out how Denim's called his wife a baby killer.
Who literally calls my wife a baby killer.
I've literally never called your wife a baby killer.
Just to like bring her back to reality for a second.
I mean, having
Bring her back.
the queen is cell
You
phoning.
opened the
Guys,
dude.
the IDF member is bringing us back to reality. Okay? The IDF member is bravely taking a break from killing unarmed children to bring us back to reality.
Now, she did
Sorry,
say children.
terror babies, terror babies.
No, she called them terror babies.
Sorry.
Terror babies.
Yeah. I see you were trying to be generous there.
Yeah, so just for some context to show how deranged this is, Ethan's wife, Ela, was a secretary. She wasn't on the front lines, like gunning down people or something. She was serving mandatory military service. There's a bunch of countries in the world where if you're born there, you have to enlist in the military.
Korea
Now,
being
you don't
one.
have to actually go in on the
South
front lines
Korea,
and shoot
Rock
people.
Army.
And that's not what Ela did. She had a desk job. She was a secretary. These people are so unhinged, they'll try to dehumanize anyone who disagrees with them and then lie about it. Now, Ethan talks about her quote-unquote apology, where she apologizes for literally lying about Ethan's kids.
Oh, well, what about the Denim's apology? She did a quote-unquote apology.
All right. Well, that's actually.
I'm obviously embarrassed
glad to
by
hear
that
that.
clip of me talking about poop. I obviously don't want people to watch it.
Wait, you don't like that one? What about the one of you saying children can't remember
hey,
things?
let's hear her out.
Okay, okay. I've
Stop
watched
cutting
the
her
clip
out.
already. That's why I'm getting triggered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're streaming it for everybody to see.
Sorry?
And it's embarrassing and it's mean-spirited. It's like, hey man, I'm sorry. You know what?
Sorry? I'm mean-spirited
I'm sorry.
for showing you
Crazy ass day.
talking about my kids eating shit.
It's not mean spirited.
You're
It's
the-
just fucking calling your shit out. And you have no fucking no one owes you a thing. Whatever you put online, people can use for content. To a certain extent, people can copyright and do that shit. But whatever the fuck I say can get posted online, or will get posted online, and can be spun in a certain way, clipped out of context, whatever. Or people can just review what I say and fucking commentate on it and just fucking totally shit on my opinion, which is fair. That's their right to do so, right? You get no fucking special privileges. You get no fucking special privileges on YouTube or in this social market, I guess. Social market.
The victim of that. She's the victim of watching a bad empanada video and talking about my kids eating dog shit. You're the victim.
Yeah, you don't understand, Ethan. She is the victim here. Everything is actually about her. After lying about Ethan's kids and leading to CPS being called on them, she says she's embarrassed about that clip. Oh my god, Ethan, why are you still showing the clip? We're past that. I mean, maybe don't flip and lie about people, you absolute freak. And then she doubles down again, saying that she only did it because Ethan called her the B word.
You know what? You're right. It was mean-spirited that I showed people that clip. You're right. It was.
It sounds like she's being sarcastic anyway.
She is.
But that's after you called me like a bitch fucking 20 times and like.
Oh, come on. First of all, even if I just maliciously out of nowhere called you a bitch, does that justify lying about my children eating dog shit that led to the CPS coming to my house? Are we fucking insane? Of course, I didn't call you a bitch in a vacuum. I called you that for telling Israeli survivors that they're liars.
Yeah, so if somebody swears at you, you're allowed to lie about their kids eating dog shit and have their kids taken away from them. That is a totally proportionate reaction to somebody swearing at you. Ladies and gentlemen, another one of Hassan's best friends right here. Just some of the most moral people on the planet, actually. And you know, I have to ask you guys genuinely, right? After seeing all the videos I've made and just showing how completely unhinged these people are, how do they still have a following? Like, is politics really that bad where you can ignore all of this blatant, disgusting shit just because it's your side? Can you not have nuance and say, okay, these people may be on my side, but they're taking it way too far and I can't support this? Like, I know you guys get it and most people in my comments get it, but occasionally you'll get that one comment from that fucking psychopathic Hassan fan who's just still brainwashed in this cult. And I don't know, I guess you guys need to tell them, like, shut the hell up, you know? I don't know.
you're right. I'm sorry for what I've done to you, but I didn't do it for no reason. I did it because of all this other stuff that you had done first.
Sorry, but that makes her sound even crazier. You don't lie about people's kids and have CPS go to their house because somebody was mean to you. Do you not see how psychotically insane, how warped and broken your brain is? Holy shit, dude.
She sounds like a little kid. You did it first.
Call me names. If you want, say I'm an...
This dude's got fucking, like, millions of dollars. Ethan's got, like, millions of dollars. I mean, I'm not gonna, like... Okay, hold on. Before I say anything, just because you have millions of dollars doesn't mean you can't abuse your kids. But I'm pretty sure it fucking makes it less likely that you're going around and letting your kids eat dog shit. Unless you're just really unattentive parents. Which, I don't know, maybe you are because you're fucking busy doing whatever the fuck you do. Streaming, I guess. I don't know. Like, that's how you make your money, okay, whatever. But, you know, I don't, like, if you're watching your kid eat shit or you're not around for your kid to eat shit, or if they're eating shit, god damn it, I'm getting tongue-tied. It's fucking frustrating. Like... And if you hired a nanny to look after your kids while you're working as well, and they get sick from eating shit, get a new fucking nanny too. I think he did. I think he fired his old nanny. I'm not sure. I haven't kept up on it. I just know that CPS was called because they suspected his kids eating shit, and they caught some fucking disease or some fucking virus or some shit. Either way. Yeah, I mean, it's none of their business. Like, if she called CPS on him, that's none of their fucking business. Like, who the fuck are they? Like, they're just some stranger on the internet that goes by Denims. They don't know, like, do they know each other in person, in real life, or just over the internet? What the fuck does she know? What the fuck is in this empty skull to make her think that Ethan's kids are eating shit, aside from him saying, oh, they caught a certain disease, which is possible from eating shit or other reasons. So.
Well, you already do. You don't talk about my kids eating dog shit. Call me a douche, whatever, you know what I mean? That would be the same. What a psychopath.
I mean, I gotta agree, this is psychopath behavior. No normal person actually does this, and I'm glad the internet is realizing this, because I've been a day one Hassan hater and Hassan groupie hater, and I've been trying to show everybody how insane these people are, and I'm partly glad that they keep getting more unhinged day by day, so regular people can see them for what they truly are, you know? And it was moving on to Hassan, you know, just denying reality in front of him, just melting down about the dislikes on the video.
Yeah, 6 million views in 5 days, by the way. What a flop this was, huh? God damn.
1 million views a day.
The dislike ratio ain't good.
God,
yeah,
I wish.
The dislike ratio counter is not correct.
My ass.
It can only make a assumption on what it is. The extension is not accurate. I think a lot of people just want to feel like it's valid to convince themselves that this is like a dud or something, and that there isn't a lot of people that are not on Ethan's side on this.
That's right, the 500k dislikes on iDubbbz' video, completely fake. It's actually a 99% positive like ratio, guys. All the people who hate Hassan just don't exist. Fake, bots, all the videos I've made that have a 99% like ratio hating on Hassan and his group friends, yeah, they're all fake. You guys are all fake as well. Anyways, if you thought Hassan couldn't get worse, here he is defending Bad Empanada, the psychopathic creep who wanted to kill Ethan's wife in a video game.
Like, that's why he's mad. Like, Bad Empanada behaves in an insane way, just like Ethan behaves in an insane way. That's it. And you can't deal with someone giving back the same level of smoke to you. Like, he'll be like, Bad Empanada played that, you know, the Al Aqsa game or whatever, the role reversal Palestinian game.
Role reversal game has to be the top 10 most unhinged things I've ever heard. Very rational, Hassan, as always. So, you know, hypothetically, if somebody made a game specifically where they were searching for Frogan to hypothetically Minecraft pickaxe in-game, obviously, that is completely okay. That is not psychotic at all, right? I just love how Hassan has so few supporters now that he has to resort to getting help from absolute deranged lunatics like Bad Empanada. It's just funny how desperate he is at this point. Anyways, quick bonus clip of Hassan being a massive hypocrite.
I like that immediately. The first thing is like, let's remove this photo, please. Like, it's always policing content. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Policing content.
Where else have I heard that phrase?
Didn't you participate in a fucking series called Content?
I was just thinking
You want
the
to
same
talk to me about policing content? You fucking dipshit, dude. Look in the god.
I'm gonna add fucking Frogan to Idle Streaming Bonanza. I'm gonna add Frogan to Idle Streaming Bonanza. Her name's gonna be Fat POS. It's happening.
Damn mirror.
Anyways, click this video or Frogan comes to your house, ransacks your fridge, and eats all of your food.
Hell no. Alright. Let's see here. I got, I mean, that was interesting. That was interesting. You know, I mean, as interesting as it could be, I guess. Frogan, ladies and gentlemen. Frogan. And I got, Angry Cops video lined up for Frogan. Or I can continue the Chris Chan, horrifying history. Honestly, I'm tired of looking at, Frogan, but Chris Chan's like 3 hours long. And we're 30 minutes in. This is continued from another stream. Sorry. You're getting drip fed content. I work 3 hours. I stream 3 hours. I stream for 3 hours, guys. So this is what's coming next. Chris Chan's horrifying history. Also, side note, I fixed a bug in Idle Streaming Bonanza while we were watching this. I'm not just talking. There was a bug where you prestiged. Whenever you prestiged, the cups would stay on screen. And the arrow holders, the things that shoot shuriken, they stayed on screen as well. So that is fixed now. I'll go ahead and show. Hold on. All right, we got money. Okay. We're going to prestige. All right. Prestige. Everything's gone. Everything's reset. Donation reset. The font was, I changed that too. So whenever you prestiged, or whenever you get max money, like the font gets smaller so you can hold the text. It's like, we get it, you're rich. So I had to redo that. But now that's fixed. Aside from that, I don't have any more bugs for Idle Streaming Bonanza at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out. And I'm going to switch over to Chud Logic's Gawkbound and do some work on that. Commentary may slow down. This is a 3 hour video. You know, I'm not going to pause it every fucking 10 seconds just to say something. I should, but I also want to get some work done on the Chud Logic Gawkbound game. So let's go ahead and save. Save. Stop debugging. Exit that. And let's get that going. Idle Streaming, by the way, Idle Streaming Bonanza will be coming out soon. Okay? I got a letter for Steam. Steam was holding my game ransom. Steam has been holding my game ransom until I get a letter from my lawyer saying that that there's no copyright in the game because I'm using likeness. I'm not using likeness. It's parody, so it's parody likeness, which is fair use. So I needed a letter stating that in order to get my game fucking out. But my lawyer advised me. He's like, hey, don't release until we send some shit forward. So a demand letter. But basically, Idle Streaming Bonanza is still on hold. Do apologize. But in the meantime, I am also working on another game, Samurai Stratagem. It's kind of been put on the back burner because of the Chud Logic's Gawkbound. I will be continuing Chud Logic or Samurai Stratagem. It's just a lot right now. So the Gokbound game is main for now. Not gonna lie, I'm farming clout from the commentary community from this game, so hopefully the game does well and I don't get put on blast like I've been touting it as like the next best thing. But it's not. It's a fucking meme game. I make meme games. I make, small indie games. I make small, smart indie games. So this game is akin to Earthbound and kind of Pokemon. It's kind of got like a Pokemon style, top down left or up down left right movement. Combat is similar to Earthbound. It's very basic so far, and we'll show you here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and start. Chris Chan's horrifying history. We're about 30 minutes in from last time, and yeah.
Actual girl witnessed what Chris was up to at the mall she worked at and decided to seek his website out. This was quite the event since, up until this moment, Chris never got the time of day from anyone, let alone a girl. Her name was Anna, and in a blog post titled, "The Tale of the Crazy Pacer," she writes extensively about her encounter with Chris, saying, "Once upon a time there was a guy who paced in front of Abercrombie & Fitch. He'd come and do it for hours on end, just walking back and forth. He was an okay looking guy, not evil looking like creepy molester dude, so he would pace for his allotted time, then leave. Sometimes as he paced, he would sing or shout. Nobody really could ever tell what he was saying. Oh yeah, and he always wore the same shirt, a nice little long-sleeved red and blue number that had a gold crest on the left side and a white collar and cuffs. Someone, I can't remember who, suggested that the next time he looked in, we wave at him. Whoever suggested it should die, unless it was me, in which case I feel I've received enough punishment. Of course, he looked in and we all waved at him. He looked kind of bewildered and sort of scared at first, but quickly caught on and waved back. So we went about our business, doing floor set and junks, and a little while later he came in. I was kind of apprehensive about this. I mean, I've been doing floor set all day and I didn't really feel up to dealing with another crazy, but he came right up to the counter I was standing behind, and he looks right at me, all fidgety and twitchy, and this conversation ensued. Chris, you look to be about 19 years old, right? I busted out laughing because he guessed it right. That's exactly right. See, I know these things. I can just tell how old someone is, he said, kind of proud and still timid at the same time.
The narcissist. Oh, I'm right. I deserve something.
My name is Christian, but you can call me Chris. I'm Christian W. Chandler. Oh, hi, Chris. So, do angels have names? I found out later that he meant to say, do angels like you have names? Poor guy was so nervous he didn't get it right. Probably, but I don't know. Well, what's your name? Sorry, I don't go for pickup lines, I replied, kind of laughing. His face kind of fell, and I felt sorry for him, but he pressed on. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. I was just asking your name. So what is your name? My name is Anna. Okay, well, Anna, is there any way I could, get your phone number and maybe I could give you a call sometime? No. Well, do you want my phone number then? You can call me on my cell phone. No thanks. So, do you have a boyfriend, Anna? No, I'm not looking for one.
Brother, take the hint. I mean, it's not even a hint. It's just straight up.
No. All right. Well, do you have access to the internet? Yes. Okay.
What kind of fucking question is that?
Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I nodded, and he went back to his spot where he kept his 2 tote bags and his Sam's Club cup. So, Christian came back and handed me a card with a crudely drawn Sonic the Hedgehog and some other yellow Sonic-looking creature on it, along with Christian's name, email address, and website. It was a homemade business card. That's my email address, and you can just email me sometime, okay? Okay, I said, not intending to email him at all. Despite how awkward these exchanges self-evidently were, you gotta give it up for Chris's autistic riz.
I was just about to say autistic riz. That's so funny. This is the guy who he made paper hearts with string on it, right? Paper hearts with string, and he was throwing them at girls, trying to literally reel them in with his Dahmer glasses. The autistic riz, Jesus.
Just a little bit. For a guy with as many setbacks as him, he handled the situation with more dignity than expected. Many guys today are afraid to even approach a girl. On March 24th, he released one of the earliest proper comic book productions, Sonichu Adventure Sub-Episode 1, dubbed Jerkop-tastrophe. Despite being called Sonichu Adventure, it's mostly just about Chris himself, retelling the story about being banned from a mall. On March 29th, an update to his love quest is posted to his diary. Well, at the mall today, my heart had an extremely fast recovery. Then it became majorly shattered again. I went to the mall like normal. I picked up some chicken nuggets and a drink. Then I went to my spot. I pulled up a chair to sit and eat my food. Then from out of the blue, this cute girl approached me and she asked me if I was looking for a girlfriend. Her name was Hannah and she was 18 years old. I said yes and we...
The fucking, the universe he wanted to happen. The timeline he wanted to happen.
Small talk for a bit. Then she invited me
fan
over to
fiction.
Starbucks for coffee. After she left, I became very excited and oh my god, all over. After calling mom and eating my nuggets, I lifted the chair with such cheer and grace and spun around with it like a dancer. Then I put it back where it was. I felt that my love quest had finally come to an end, and I so elated that my shattered heart had a full fast recovery. I went to Starbucks and we talked about basic things. I showed her my Sonichu scrapbook. She was very impressed. I gave her my email and both my phone numbers on a Sonichu site card, and she gave me her email address. I was very attentive as I took notes about her and maintained eye contact. As I left her, I gave a double take flirt. That was the rise. Now here comes the fall. As I was sitting at my spot thinking about future steps for later dates, Anna and Dana told me that when they talked to Hannah, she told them she was setting me up in a prank. I could not believe it, so I found and asked Hannah. Sadly, it was true. Then in major shock, Anna and Dana told me that when they talked to Hannah, she told them that she was setting me up in a prank. I could not believe it, so I found and asked Hannah. Sadly, it was true. Then in major shock, my heart shattered again by 85%, and I let out a big no. After that shout, I got kicked out again, and I'm still without the Fashion Square shopping center that I've grown accustomed to after my whole life. So my love quest has restarted, and as for that date of ours, I'll always remember it, but as far as I'm concerned, it does not count as my first date. I was not as happy as I was today in a long time. I'm once again heart shattered and sad, but I will not give up on my love quest, because there has to be one true boyfriend-free, dateable, non-pranking girl out there somewhere. Poor guy really cannot catch a break. Around this time, Chris finished Sonichu number 0, the first proper edition of the comic book series. The hand-drawn premiere issue, as he puts it. The stories in it were mostly reworkings of previous standalone comic strips, complete with nonsensical plots and nightmarishly ugly artwork that Chris Chan later became synonymous with. He also begins drawing new Sonichu releases during his public outings for his love quest, and is even noticed by someone who gives probably one of the best summaries of Chris Chan's essence at this point in their blog post. So Sonichu returned to Alderman today. I'm not sure what to make of him. He sits in his chair and draws his Sonichu comics, harmless I assume, yet I feel like he knows he's different. He knows that the world rushing in front of him is not his own. Surrounded by the brightest students in America, whatever that means, he sits in his chair and draws, 23 years old. I'm not sure he even graduated high school. In front of him, texts of Plato, Faulkner, God, and Kleist swirl. Does he have the capacity to understand these works? Whether he can or not, I'm not sure, but there is something in his eyes that realizes that there is a level of understanding and thought that he is unable to partake in. As he slumps lower and lower in his chair, with each student he eyes reading or holding a book, he falls into himself, into the markers and colors on the page in front of him. He seems intelligent enough to understand that he does not understand, and that is the hardest part of all. I never thought I'd see Chris be described this poetically in my life. I suppose there's a first time for everything.
I would say that's pretty articulate. Like that's a that fell off the page well.
Amidst these sightings, Chris decides to go to the Mid-Atlantic Anime Convention, where he took a few printed copies of Sonichu number 0 and distributed them to whoever would accept. As his love quest sinks to new lows, Chris gets kicked out from the local McDonald's, where he's also been conducting his attraction sign experiments. I'll spare you from hearing the diary entry in its full extent, but the Managerks, Chris's nickname for the managers, started calling the cops on Chris for loitering in their establishment. In later Sonichu episodes, the manager received in-universe stand-ins. One of them was named Married Senor Comic, an alias which is completely unexplainable to anyone with a functioning brain, and for no apparent reason, had robot arms and legs. After Married Senor, Chris's creativity must have run out, since the other one was just succinctly referred to as Black Fat Jerk, on account of the fact that, to Chris, that's all he really was. If his diary entry is anything to go by, Chris began explaining his situation to them in song and dance. When one of the managers asked Chris to just have a normal conversation with him, he sat silent for a minute until he came up with possibly the most schizophrenic own ever uttered. I do not speak to any man other than myself, because they have all taken the pretty girls, leaving me with none. What a wordsmith. He followed this up by giving them verbal punishment, the finger, and last but not least, curse ye ha-me-has. What's a curse ye ha-me-ha, you may ask? Well, luckily for us, Chris has demonstrated in video.
Curse ye ha-me-ha!
A month later, a similar situation played out at Target as the managers called the cops on Chris. He claims that, as he was about to give them a prepared speech, 5 cops chased him down, pulled his pants, handcuffed his wrists and legs, and hogtied him. After being briefly taken to county jail, Chris was given a court date for disorderly conduct and trespassing. Later on, he dramatized the situation in a Sonichu comic, as he always did. Fortunately for Chris, after 2 hearings, he was given a $30 fine and had to pay $56 in costs. Within a week of the Target fiasco, he was once again arrested for following too close house while driving. And yes, at this point he was a licensed driver, if you can believe it. After his suspension from college was lifted and he started regularly interacting with other people his age again, things relaxed a bit for a while as advances were made in the love quest. After bidding goodbye to Anna, who moved to Utah, Chris makes a few more attempts at finding a date over MySpace messages, mostly to no avail. The first one was Jelena, who turned him down because he seemed too desperate. Then came Lindsay, who consistently rescheduled her dates over the course of 2 months in order to never actually have to see Chris in real life. Overall, things seemed dire for our brave hero. It was around this time that he began to rouse online attention, with a thread on a Sega forum centered around Sonichu popping up. Earlier that year, YouTube was created, so the golden age of Chris Chan was at the gates. Meanwhile, he was getting some traction in his emails. Though his application to become an official Nintendo game tester was rejected, Chris got into regular correspondence with a girl named Megan. On the 1st of November, Megan emailed Chris asking him to buy an episode of Tintin on eBay for her. They had already met in person before in a video game convention a year prior, but it wasn't until these emails at the tail end of 2005 that Chris grew obsessed with her. Though she clarified from the get-go that she wasn't interested in Chris, or anyone for that matter, in a romantic way, this didn't deter Chris, who clearly saw her as a love interest and continued to invite her on dates. To date, Megan was probably the person who had been the nicest and most patient with Chris. 2006 marked a significant rise in Chris buying the most random, useless garbage from eBay, from My Little Pony and Sailor Moon paraphernalia to German World War II photos. Apparently, all of the purchases were influenced by Megan's interests. Based on their emails, we know that Megan was into MLP, Sailor Moon, and for some mysterious reason, Wehrmacht soldiers from World War II. Considering how desperate Chris was to get a girlfriend, it's surprising he didn't start LARPing as a Nazi to impress her. Eventually, he got her a Nintendo DS, which she turned down due to the fact that she already had one she bought herself. While Chris was busy spinning his wheels into the mud during his love quest by chasing after an uninterested Megan, he managed to graduate from community college, getting a degree in computer-aided drafting and design. Over time, Chris began wearing her down, continually being pushy about wanting to date her despite her repeatedly saying she wasn't interested. Most likely because of this, Megan severely limited the amount of times they met up in real life to once a week, and even then, Chris would take that as an opportunity to be as handsy as possible, which she obviously wasn't okay with. After months of this dynamic going back and forth, Chris overstepped a few boundaries when he started complaining about Megan being friendly with other guys. This was grating for her since not only were they not dating, but she was also not interested in the guys Chris was paranoid about. This caused her to email him in a slightly stricter.
The sexual frustration, I'm telling you, it can cause mental illness. Guys, do not do this. This is psycho shit. This is like I said before, this is Dahmer, Ted Bundy, fucking weirdo shit. Don't go up to girls and just, go up to girls, go talk to girls, just fucking take a hint. Take a hint and move on. All right, don't get obsessed with one girl. That's no good.
Your tone, saying, I don't want to have to tell you again or I might get really angry, because unwanted remarks or advances to a girl is sexual harassment.
There's persistence. There is persistence in a non-creepy way, but there is also, she's definitely not interested, get the fuck away from me kind of interested.
I don't take that lightly, okay? So can you understand now? Anyway, sometimes I get the feeling that you copy me to get me to like you. Like Sailor Moon, for example. The only Sailor Moon thing you had was that adult video, and since I told you how much I love it, then you start getting into it. Kind of like My Little Pony. That kind of thing really annoys me. You make it sound like I have to get your approval to be that kind of friendly to someone. And I felt rather disappointed about those remarks. And you already know I don't love you, so why do you make yourself unhappy by holding grudges and trying so hard to win me over? So please, if you really want to make me happy, please let me make my own decisions and figure out my own life, okay? Besides, even if I had a boyfriend, what makes you think I'll stop being friends with you? I'm not that kind of person who'd say, well, I have a boyfriend now, so see ya. No, I'm not that kind of bitchy girl. I haven't talked to this person in a year. I'm not really wanting to get together with him either. Boyfriends aren't for me. Don't want them, don't need them. However, I can't say I like how much you call him a lucky jerk. Why is he a jerk? Why do you call all guys that? Because they take all the pretty girls, leaving you none to choose from? Hate to be blunt, but that's a pathetic way to think. You don't go to a mall and buy a girlfriend. The thing is, guys didn't take all the girls. The girls just didn't choose you. Quit blaming other men. Personally, I think you shouldn't be so picky about what they look like. All you say is you want a pretty girl. Well, it's the inside that counts. After all, a pretty girl can have the personality of Satan. Meanwhile, an ugly girl may have a heart of gold, but you wouldn't even give a second look, would you? I often wonder, if I was an ugly girl, you wouldn't even come near me, would you? Little did poor Megan know that the powers of the Chaos Emeralds render...
Yeah, there's like punching above your weight limit, you know what I mean? Or there's punching above, you know what I mean? It's okay to, I don't know, man. This one's tricky. This one's tricky. There's, if you ain't got nothing, if you don't have a job, if you ain't got money, a car, like if you're not put together, chances are you're not going to be dating girls above your standards, right? Or I mean, on your level. Okay. Now, there are certain things a man can do to upgrade his position in life, and that's money. Being talented at something, showing drive, passion for what you do. Those things can help you in the long run. But if you're just some fucking 23-year-old schizo who's kind of failing, what is he failing out of college? In college, and you draw like this, it's no good. It's not good. It ain't happening. Okay, you got to find someone the same power level as you. All right, you're not over 9,000. You're Yamcha, and you're not even Yamcha. You're like a Chaozu. Okay, find another fat Chaozu.
Chris impervious to reality checks of any
What? Yeah, find
nature.
another Chaozu.
While this drama ensued, Chris never stopped cranking out new issues of Sonichu, all containing the same themes recycled over and over again, such as Sonichu's enemies always being conspicuously black, the text bubbles being randomly placed on the page with no discernible reading order, Chris vicariously defeating his real-life opponents such as Mary Lee Walsh and the guy who Sarah Hammer dated instead of him, so on and so forth. What was noticeable in the later episodes was that, progressively, Sonichu became a secondary character in his own comic, with the protagonist becoming Chris himself. Sonichu's function was primarily to serve and protect Chris, and every once in a while symbolically represent who he wanted to be. Additionally, other than real-life people, Chris also added a character called Crystal Weston Chandler, a female version of himself that seems to simultaneously fulfill the ideal role of the mom, the ideal daughter, the ideal sister, and the ideal girlfriend. The fact that this guy wasn't regularly seeing a therapist is a travesty, to be honest. As Megan put a healthy amount of distance between herself and Chris, his eBay purchases started drifting towards the salacious. Items include Bootylicious Love Doll, Pearl Beaded Prolong Ring, Nina Hartley's Guide to Sex Toys, and my personal favorite, Space Nuts. After years of frustration, Chris began taking matters into his own hands, and following this general theme, he also decided to give up on Santa, since for the past 3 years, he was asking for a girlfriend which Santa never delivered.
That can't be real. That can't be real. Although I don't really mean to be cold, but please don't try to... What? Don't try and advance kissing on me, please. The truth is, I don't want a boyfriend. I don't desire to auto life. Okay. Where's the other thing? No boyfriend, free girl under the tree this year either. Okay. Chris was probably stressed as hell because just a few days before his gal pal and attempted sweetheart, Megan Schroeder, told him she doesn't like him trying to kiss her, and that she doesn't... I feel like he wrote this, or maybe I'm retarded, I can't read. And that she doesn't want to have a boyfriend at all. Just to add insult to injury, Santa Claus brought him a shitty pirate ripoff instead of a genuine Lego set that year. No boyfriend, free girl under the tree this year. That is so sad. That is so sad. Damn. Damn, Ma! You got me a Lego set? I wanted a real doll. I wanted a real doll, Mom.
2007 begins, and Chris begins working on a new project called
A Real
Yep,
Life
I'm on
Girl,
TV, which consists of videos he had recorded on VHS tapes burned onto a DVD. Of course, he had no idea how valuable an archive of his activities would eventually become, and most likely he just did this out of his narcissistic self-obsession with every moment of his life. Later on, the leaking of this DVD was of great assistance to those interested in the CWC lore. But at the very end of this highlight reel about Chris's life, there was one video filmed solely for the purposes of being put into the DVD called Christian Weston Chandler's Future Message.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, and dudes of all teenagers.
In this 9-minute long prophetic manifesto, Chris summarizes the lessons he had learned up until this point. He did this because, ideally, he wanted this video to be played in schools. In it, he goes on about why going to school isn't torture, why drinking and smoking are bad, the extreme importance of staying straight, and last but not least, that girls should consider dating uglier.
Alright, wait, hold on. Isn't he transgender now? What a fucking shift. I think he found a community that he could identify with and that accepted him, and that he felt like he belonged in a group after feeling like an outcast for many, many years. I wonder I wonder if that's a common trope. It couldn't be.
Your guys, because they will have a better personality.
It could be a little club. No, it can't be.
And a brighter future. It's around this time that Chris reconnects with Cole, his previously mentioned half-brother, to offer him a copy of his autobiographical DVD.
What's more, it's a little club, right? It's a little club. But if you want to join tomorrow, I don't think you could. They always say, no, you can't join. To, like, the people who are... All right, never mind. All right, I'm going to keep going. Keep going.
For the first half of the year, it's business as usual for Chris, who continues to exchange emails with Megan, where she continually complains about him touching her when she doesn't want him to. By June, she leaves for Kentucky, and Chris misses her dearly since she was pretty much the only female he could get close to that wasn't his mom. This wasn't the only thing causing him to be upset, though, as by the end of June, Chris's dog, Patty, that he had had since 1988, had to be put down. He even wrote his dog a eulogy, saying, "When Patty was brought to the vet on that faithful day, I was distraught with fright and concern for her health. I stayed with her during her final moments with my hand on her head and a tear in my eye. When my mother was brought the paper that gave the doctor permission to send her on her way, I didn't want her to be the one to sign it. I raised Patty since she was a 6-week-old pup, and I wanted to take the strain for signing the one-way ticket. It was hard for me, but it was for the best. So I signed that paper with a crying Sonichu face saying, 'We love you, Patty.' After that, I gave her my final pets, hug, hand to paw hold, eye contact, ear rub, cheek to fur rub, and I sadly waved her for the final time, and I said, 'Goodbye, Patty. I love you.' As I stood outside, I heard Patty's last bark saying, 'I will always love you, Chris. Thank you.' Regardless of how thorny and problematic of an individual Chris Chan is, losing a pet you've had for that long is tough, especially considering how few and far between were his sources of affection. Patty must have meant a lot for him, and it's hard not to feel for the guy. But let's not dwell on this for too long, because Chris did not either. By July, Christian had entered a contest called Chop Chop Master Onion's Rap Showdown, which was created to promote the Parappa the Rapper game that was coming out that year. The grand prize was 2 PSPs and an all-expenses-paid trip to Seattle for the 2007...
Please don't tell me he won this shit again. That's like 3 contests this dude fucking like won. I think he won like a KB Toys $1,000 thing and something else.
Penny Arcade Expo, which Chris was hoping to use in order to seduce Megan out of Kentucky and back into his arms. Well, not quite back since she was never there. Anyway, this is Chris's entry if you were curious.
AP Station. My name is Christian Chandler. I live in Bucksville, Virginia. I have a PSP. I like to rap. I play with the rapper. I go with you now. The only song I know is Master Onion.
July was also a very active month for his eBay, and he bought plenty of more sex dolls, adult videos, and masturbation aids of all kinds. Mind you...
What? Oh, he's sitting here buying dolls. I fucking knew it. Okay. Psycho shit again.
All of these trinkets, gizmos, and gadgets were bought on the credit card of a nearly 80-year-old Bob. Whenever he wasn't getting busy with those, he was emailing every person he'd ever interacted with in his life to vote for his Parappa the Rapper contest entry so that he'd win the prize. He even tried Cole, but to no avail, since he seemed to be interested exclusively in trashing Chris's parents. This technique must have proved effective since his video made it to the final rounds, but in early August, it was made public that the winner of the contest was not Chris, but a guy named Adam Stackhouse. Chris would put in his 2 cents about this unfavorable result. That stupid, no good Adam Stackhouse won the trip. He had music and more than one person in his video, which were in violation of the official rules. 3 other videos out of the remaining 9, Apraluski, Brutal, and Soria Buckwald all violated the official rules as well. Those 7 people of those 4 videos should have been disqualified. Period. I am so angry of the fact that the PlayStation Company and their promotional associates will not do anything to bring these violators to justice. Sworn on my autism, justice will be served to the 7 people of those 4 videos. Of course, while accusing other people of cheating, Chris overlooked the fact that he himself had made over 120 fake accounts to vote for himself, as he admitted in an email to Megan. Also, his claims...
Yeah, it's pretty
scuffed. 120 fake accounts.
Well, I'm emotionally busted. I just learned that I am not the winner of the Parappa Chop Chop Master Onion contest. So sad. Among their 10 videos, they were organized alphabetically. I checked the HTML source, and that explained why I was number 7. Anyway, that lucky jerk, Adam Stackhouse, assumed to be his email name, gets to go to Seattle. That son of a bitch should have really been disqualified. His dance was supposed to be music-free, yet he has some sexy beatbox. I'm guessing sexy. Sexy beatbox noises in the background throughout his video. So did 2 others. I am angry, depressed, and lonesome all simultaneously. Bless you. Bless you. I worked so damn hard. I sent over 500 messages between MySpace, PlayStation Network, and AOL. AOL, damn. Fuck, I'm old. And I even made up over 120 dummy email accounts to match their dummy PlayStation accounts so I could stuff the fucking ballot. Damn, what a piece of shit.
Accounts to vote for himself, as he admitted in an email to Megan.
Like a kind of stalking. Like it's a, like he's not getting the message. Like, he's like a hangnail. Yeah, he's like a hangnail. Like, the girl keeps saying no, and he's, like, still trying to win her.
Also, his claims that Adam's video had music are based on the facts that Adam beatboxed, which hardly qualifies. In any event, his tirades continued over at his PSN blog. This is directed mostly to Adam Stackhouse, the SOB who was the alphabetically first video in the Parappa contest and got wrongfully the big prize. I loathe Adam and his sister for stealing my one chance at taking my sweet gal friend to Seattle. It would have been terrific.
Gal friend. What is... Oh my god. Simpin' ain't pimpin', guys.
Might have even been able to change her outlook on not planning on having children. She and I are both virgins, although I am a frustrated, high-functionally autistic 25-year-old virgin. I don't have much going on for me, really, because I have been the dog in America's favorite game, Kick the Autistic, for my whole life. I curse those 7 people, between the cast of the 3 illegal videos, to die and burn. As for Adam, if he's reading this and is asking, "You've got something to say to me?" I do. P.S. Fuck you, you dream-smashing son of a bitch. One thing I've neglected to mention is that, while Megan was away in Kentucky...
Meantime, this Adam, fuck, what was his name? Smash House?
She wasn't...
Stackhouse? Okay,
Smashing son of a...
Stackhouse. Like, if he ever saw this, like, at that time, he's just like, bro, I just entered a contest, man. And he's just getting cursed out, little fucking kid, over a this 23-year-old person, 23-year-old man-child, just crashing out over losing a contest.
One thing I've neglected to mention is that, while Megan was away in Kentucky, she wasn't checking her emails, so she had no idea what kind of garbage Chris was filling her inbox with. When she returned and saw what...
That's an inbox to look at. That's so funny, dude. Imagine opening up your email that you just never opened up, and you have, like, hundreds of messages just from some random dude, like, trying to win your heart. Just, like, and, like, talking about entering contests for you. And drawing comics for you.
I wouldn't have read all of that. I would have read like 2 or 3 messages and been like, wow.
Hundreds of them.
And depending on when I opened them, I would have been like, hey, look at this. And everybody else would have opened them. I would not have seen anything else.
That's so fucked.
He had been up to, she once again tried her very best to shut Chris down. I just want to say that your behavior has irritated me for the last time. First, I'll start off with saying that I'm glad you didn't win the contest, because I have no interest in going on a trip alone with someone who can't keep his hands off me. I'm not your girlfriend and I never will be. When I say, don't touch me, that means don't touch me. What may seem friendly to you is sexual harassment to me. You whine that you're just being friendly, but you obviously have no consideration for my feelings. Also, I can't say I like how you use my photo in your video and on the cover of your comic book. I want them removed from the internet immediately. Since I'm not a MySpace member, I can't view what you post. If there are any photos of me on your blog, I want them removed. And I don't like your Megan obsession. I don't like being a character in your comics. I don't like how you made me a character in Soul Calibur and Animal Crossing. That kind of behavior really freaks me out. With all that said, we're down to 2 options. A, we remain friends and only friends, period, as in no more touching me, following me, asking me personal questions and giving me things. We can still battle and trade cards and talk. Or B, never see me again. I'm sorry it's come down to this, but I've told you repeatedly in a nice way to stop, but you've never listened. I hope you will finally take what I just said into serious consideration, and now know that if you try your advances again, I won't be very nice about it. Despite how clear Megan was being, it would once again fall on mostly deaf ears, as Chris would reply with another email.
My heart. So smart, so brave. This is so fucking bad.
Titled, "Ouch, my heart," trying his hardest to guilt trip and yakking about his love quest once again, concluding it with a declaration of his love for her. A couple of weeks go by and Chris continues sending her love mail, all while purchasing more and more sex dolls. Eventually, it seems he did take what Megan said to heart and complied with her.
How did these people, how did they get, like, the credit card information? Where does this come from? Where are they getting this shit? That's not public. Is he posting it? Like, he posted it himself?
Demands, and she thanks him for it. The peace treaty between them didn't last very long after Chris began expressing his distaste for one of Megan's friends who happened to be gay. After being confronted by Megan about it, Chris replied, Originally, I was not fond of him because it was obvious that he was a homo. Yes, I am a homophobe. I fear them all, and I fear the tormenting temptations of falling off the straight path. But then I mentally, sometimes from a DVD, and if you'll pardon the expression, shove some pussy in my face. I'll tell you what, if I ever stoop down to changing my path, I might as well would get a gender change operation. What a
I mean, he's a man of his word. He's a man of his word.
prophetic statement from Mr. Chandler. By some miracle, Megan is once again tolerant and patient with him, saying she understands why he's like this, since she also had a tough time in high school and felt very lonely. In that same month, a new dimension to the CWC story was revealed, as for the very first time, an online community took note of his existence. On a thread about Eulilia on the website Something Awful, Chris gets brought up, along with his Sonichu comics. Soon, he gets his own dedicated thread titled Sonichu and His Quest for a Boyfriend-Free Girl. After 2 decades of people either pitying or distancing themselves from him due to his eccentric sensibilities, Chris finally finds his niche, a target audience of people who relish in how strange and demented he is. In the thread, people point out how his website looks like a visual rendition of a grand mal seizure. Some even theorize that there was no way everything CWC made was this naturally awful, and that he must have been doing it on purpose as a really elaborate prank or performance art piece. But a handful of the users actually had experienced Chris in person. One user said, "I posted in the other thread, but I've seen this guy in real life. This is no prank. He used to go to the college I attended until he got kicked out. If anyone here is from Charlottesville, Virginia, you may have seen him also. He hangs around the UVA Alderman Library and the Fashion Square Mall. I had seen him around campus and just thought he was in an anime club or something. I never saw him with his signs. I learned a lot more about him when he messaged my sister on MySpace and invited her out for a soda. She declined and he became increasingly more harassive towards her until she blocked him. Yes, he wears that Sonichu necklace around everywhere he goes." People slowly realized that Chris was definitely not your run-of-the-mill internet weirdo. Not only was it evident he was a special kind of, well, special, but no one up until that point had probed the depths of the Quickie-verse. Despite how small of a community there was around Chris and Sonichu at the time, it was like stumbling into King Tut's tomb and finding mountains of archaeological artifacts that had been hidden away from the world for centuries. The same user from the previous post found and shared an updated and enhanced version of the attraction sign on Chris's website. This edition included a list of Chris's turnoffs, which are the following: smokers, real drunk alcoholics, gone to Moe's often, current/previous mothers. I support them fully, but I would not feel comfortable walking into a previously made family. I would feel more comfortable starting fresh and having my own children. Real ugly women, currently over 230 pounds, the low functionally mentally handicapped, the seriously physically deformed, autistic, high functional or otherwise, although I myself am high functionally autistic, but that's besides the point. Medium or dark chocolate, police women. What stands out, firstly, is the amount of hypocrisy in this list. Not only does he exclude the ugly, fat, and autistic, all of them being categories many would group him in with, but he says police women are a turnoff when, at this point, he had bought a total of 3 it currently has, and, consequently, almost nobody archived what went on. We don't have all of this chatter saved. Regardless, we can imagine the kind of discussions that were going on. A few days after the word of Chris Chan had been spread around, someone named Evan from the cartoons board emailed Chris saying, "This is some fan art of Sonichu my friends and I have drawn. I hope you enjoy it." One of the attached images seemed to be a GIF that depicted Chris in a staring match with a Sonic-like figure, and that was the only attachment that wasn't a veiled troll. The first one was a drawing of Chris and
Hold up. Trying to see what's up with OBS. I think I got kicked from Twitch. Offline. Okay. Refresh my Twitch page over there. Oh. We're live? Okay.
What happened?
I got OBS disconnected. Okay.
in his love quest with a sign that said "No Darkies," while the other 2 were NSFW renditions of Chris and Sonichu doing unspeakable acts. Because of his infinite naivete, Chris replied, saying, "Thank you for your fan art contributions. In constructive criticism, I like the one with me in the girlfriend auditions, as well as my glaring in the eyes of the blue guy. But I am feeling great to test towards the other two. Sonichu and I are not of that nature at all. If you would like to make it up to me, though, please draw a strip of Rosachu stripping for Sonichu and have him fuck her, and draw Rosachu masturbating and squirting." Emphasis added. "I am straight, damn it. I will not be veered in any other disgustingly grotesque direction." Again, most nasty fan arts are not appreciated at all. Please feel free to share that quote with the rest of the fans. Sincerely, Christian Weston Chandler. Attached was an image of Chris and Sonichu staring menacingly, subtitled by the phrase, "We're keeping track." It's bad enough that Chris likes the no darkies image, but the Rosachu hentai request signals a major shift that Chris was undergoing at this time, from oddball virgin to corrupt pervert. Evan obeyed his wish, but with a
That's what happens. The frustration's real.
twist. Much to Chris's surprise and chagrin, Rosachu was depicted as having a giant penis. Chris replied, "Do me a favor, draw a vagina on Rosachu. Rosachu is a girl. She never had a freaking pickle. If I see one more
Shut the fuck up, dude.
freaking pickle, and you may spread this quote to other adult fan artists, I will create you in Soul Calibur 3 and beat you up like there's no tomorrow." To which Evan responded with a simple "uh-oh," along with another MS Paint drawing of Rosachu.
I wish Pickles could. Okay. Fudge, you're going to beat me up in Soul Calibur 3 now? Aren't you? I shouldn't have let our souls get fiercely entangled.
Holding a pickle, this time literally and not figuratively. This trolling conflagration hit its peak when an article about Chris went up on Encyclopedia Dramatica. After being informed about it by two people who seemed to genuinely care, Chris claimed that the article caused him to have the worst weekend of his life, saying a hacking terrorist group, Anonymous, and 4chan are somehow involved in that page. When the article itself mostly went over the things we've already covered, it did so in the typical ED fashion, rife with insulting expletives directed at Chris and his creations. Along with it came a few people trolling on his email, but no one really got to him besides Evan, probably because Chris's attention was directed elsewhere. All of this obviously upset him, and a couple of days later, he expressed his disapproval of the ED page in an uncharacteristically polite and genuine way that it's hard not to sympathize with him. In the video titled Chris Chan's Public Announcement, he simply asked that the page be rewritten in a more favorable light, suggesting edits such as including his family history. According to his headcanon, he was a descendant of Anne Boleyn on his mother's part, despite the fact that Anne Boleyn never had any children. Additionally, he claims to be 1/16th Cherokee through his father, saying, "We're a respected tribe." After apologizing for anything he could have possibly done that wasn't nice, he asks that the page be taken down. Much later, Chris relayed on emails that during this time, he and his mother were badgering the management of the game place for CCTV footage to try and figure out who took that picture of him that was featured on the ED article, which they deduced must be the same person who wrote it. However, they stopped once the owner of the place threatened to ban him for a month. It's really funny how Chris isn't afraid of being arrested by actual cops like he was at Target, but if someone merely suggests taking away his ability to play Pokemon cards with preteens for a single month, he folds just like that. On November 10th, an image of Goatsy was added to the article's gallery of images above the caption, "The true brains behind Chris Chan," and this was the straw that broke the camel's back. That set him off to make an account and try to edit it into a positive light himself. Emphasis on the word try because it seems not even Christian is capable of making himself look better. He removes Goatsy along with words like retarded and scary because he doesn't like them. In the section about Evan's trolling, he replaces the phrase masturbation and squirtin' with just masturbate, and added a couple of notes that said every person is doing it and relief, with a smiley face next to it. In an attempt to defend himself from the accusations that he was racist, Chris edited in the following section. He's also old-fashioned in his idea of a sweetheart. She is not black. He is cool with adoption, but his dream of his future daughter calls for blood, tears, and sentinel descent. His verbal acumen never ceases to amaze me. In regards to the mockery of his attraction sign, he put in the only reasonable and inexpensive idea he could ever fucking think of. There was also some clarification about the medallion, which people were speculating was made of clay, but Chris specifically said it was made of Crayola model magic. This was just the first day's worth of edits. It was a day later, on November 12th, that Chris made the brunt of his most notable edits, such as commenting on his Officer Nasty doll, saying, "Nah, it's just my artificial woman in her plastic blue outfit. Awesome to and the cleaning maintenance is simple. She'll only last until she has her internal injury. Among these discretionary, even humorous additions, he also makes possibly one of the worst mistakes of his life. For absolutely no comprehensible reason, he makes multiple additions to the gallery, all consisting of hand-drawn Sonichu hentai, with the exception of 2 images. The first is titled MaryWantsIt.jpg, a nude Mary Walsh on her evil throne, beckoning with her finger and saying, "Come and lick my pussy, my jerk-off slave." What the fuck? If you can believe it, that wasn't what got him in trouble. But the next image, the infamous Shame Came for Quickie.jpg, which featured Chris with a smirk, a naked female with one hand and doing a thumbs up in the other.
He drew himself skinny. He drew himself skinny. That's funny. Dark Void Dev, what's up, man? Who is this? This is Chris Chan. The infamous Chris Chan. I'm learning. I'm getting a bachelor's in Chris Chan.
Captioned with, "Your sister has come for me." Though obviously I can't show the whole image, people
This is ridiculous.
have done some anatomical analysis on it in order to understand the inner workings of Chris Chan's creative mind. People began wondering what Chris meant with the caption, because usually when doing trash talk, the target tends to be people's mom, not their sister. Discussions ensued as to what this actually meant to Chris, with some even thinking that the girl in the drawing was Crystal, his imaginary sister/daughter/girlfriend. Little did they know that Chris, at least at the time he wrote the caption, believed John, Megan's brother, was the mastermind behind the trolling, and the caption was meant for him. The girl in the drawing was Megan, but no one knew this other than Chris. The rest of that year's edits of the ED page were uneventful back and forth between Chris and the site's moderation. Over in Chris's emails on December 30th, he wrote and sent a poem that's quite the mouthful to say the least. "For my true love, I'd treat her tenderly, sweetly, gently, like a summer breeze. I'd caress her skin gently with my strong fingers. I'd take her to eat and provide for her to my ability. I'd start small at McDonald's, then let it get better in due time. When the mood is right, I'd whisk her in my arms and lift her up in sweet gentleness. If she is willing to allow the pleasure, I'd lay her down, caress her gently, tickle her fancy, have her tickle my fancy, and give it to her with the learned lonely experience I've endured." I have no idea how Chris's post-McDonald's erotica is more articulate than the writing of Sonichu. It's insane to think he thought this would be romantic for a woman to read. By the way, he didn't send this directly to Megan, but to a mutual acquaintance of theirs, who presumably read it before passing it on to Megan. It's unknown if it actually got to her, as there's no email of hers acknowledging any of the stuff said in the poem. For the first 2 months of 2008, there was a great quiet before the storm. That is, besides Chris getting some anal beads that came with another one of his purchases, and Megan briefly living under the same roof as him due to her having issues with her family. Given his reputation for touchiness, I'm sure she tried to keep her time there as short as possible. Their uneasy, but not quite all negative relationship survived until early March, when Megan emailed Chris thanking him for a trade and consoling him over being banned from his local church, which later we find out happened because the pastor found out about his ED page. The tune suddenly changes to a very different one come the 12th, when Chris emails her profusely apologizing, saying he was caught up in the rage when he did that, followed by a string of, "Megan, I'm sorry for hurting you." It's worth noting he doesn't specify what he's apologizing for exactly. This may seem like a random thing, but it's actually because, in their communications outside of emails, Chris was trying to pretend that the girl in the drawing wasn't Megan, but Crystal, as the trolls had supposed. At the time of sending this email, he hadn't quite let go of that lie, hence the vague language he uses. He also promises to take the ED page down, or his name isn't Christian Weston Chandler, which is interesting considering it used to be Christopher and eventually would become Christine, but that's for later. The next day, he emails her again with some quote-unquote detective work on this 4chan fella that's been ruining his life. In this one, he does specify that he was the one that made the drawing, giving up trying to dodge that particular bullet. On the same day, Megan replied saying, "I just don't know what to say now. I'm very much scared by that image and it will never leave me. And I can't decide what's worse, the image in general or the fact you intentionally drew it and gave it to the webmaster for that site that you hate so much. Not only have you poured gas on the fire by doing that, adding obscenities to the already horrific site, but you've also embarrassed and humiliated me and degraded and demeaned me, whether you realize it or not. I mean, I'm not that kind of girl, and you know what? So why? And you also lied to me about it. So I'm unsure what to do about this. I can't say I really think of you the same way anymore. I'm sorry to say. I will continue to give the remaining items for the Zune, and that will be all the contact you will have with me unless I decide otherwise. I hope you understand. So we'll let time decide how I feel about this current situation. Until then, Please don't come up to me anymore unless it's to give you what I owe, which seems kind of awkward now. I know how it feels to be alone, but I can't keep throwing away my pride little by little just to keep you satisfied. You know what I mean? There has to be an enough is enough at some point, and I cannot continue to disgrace myself by forgiving things that I never find forgivable in the first place. I'd like for you to just completely leave me alone for a while until I can sort things out myself. You understand? It's not like I hate you, but I don't see you in the same light anymore. So just leave me be for a while. Let me try to recuperate with my few other friends, and maybe we can just start from scratch sometime. Despite this message having a much more final perspective on Chris and Megan's relationship, by some unexplainable reason, she still leaves a window open for possible reconciliation in the future. Chris, in his all-enduring grace, sees this charitable reluctance to completely cut ties with him as an opportunity to cork out the gnarliest gigantic turd on it. Here's what he replied with. I understand, you may or may not have had much exposure to sexual images as I've had, so the idea of a hand job, which was the act drawn there, as a part of outer course versus intercourse was a surprise to you. I'm sorry. If it helps put things in perspective, I can recommend finding information on the internet through this educational website I found through adameve.com. Or I recommend renting The 40-Year-Old Virgin. That movie touches on some of the issues around sex and how it can really frustrate an older virgin who hasn't had the pleasure yet, or I can loan you my copy of The 40-Year-Old Virgin. The point is allowing yourself more exposure to sex acts to make yourself more comfortable with that fact of life. While I am on the verge of taking that Encyclopedia Dramatica page down, I understand that there are a number of other web pages of hate against me, and as much as I would like to be able to track down everyone and report them and get on the verge of taking them down as well, someone else may put up another hate page up against me. It's a fact of this modern world known as cyberbullying. As for the drawings, while I have shoved the text information down their throat in an attempt to drown them into submission, there were too many images of penises. Yetch on there. I drew drawings promoting vaginas to go against those dickheads. I did the drawing of Sonichu fucking Rosachu. I did the drawing of Bubbles getting it from Black Sonichu. I had the idea of pairing them up in the comic book anyway. I did the drawings of Angelica and Mary Lee Walsh, that witch hag, masturbating, and I did draw the drawings of me giving you a hand job from among my adult fantasies, with your eyes censored to conceal your identity. It was a massive step outside of my boundaries, and I did it out of anger, and I regret having done it, and I'm really, really sorry. But we all do things in the heat of anger and or out of our boundaries that we end up regretting later. No.
This is the shittiest email to ever read in my, like, he drew fan art of this girl, but in like hentai form. And the girl found out, and like was basically writing them off, like saying, "Don't contact me, don't contact me." But she left like an open-ended like thing, right? To I guess be nice, like don't contact me unless this happens or whatever. But he didn't get the fucking hint, and he sent there this whole fucking email like saying you should learn about sex acts. You should watch The 40-Year-Old Virgin. That touches upon like frustrated virgins that are older like he is, and just sent her a whole bunch, like a fucking just nasty letter. He's a fucking pervert. That's what happens. This is sexual frustration and autism put together. You become a Dahmer.
Happen if somebody showed me that? They're like, hey,
I
drew for
blasted
you.
on the internet.
No, I just would not talk to them at all.
Yeah.
I would have never chewed them out.
No accountability whatsoever.
That's fucking weird. Block.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh fuck! I think he's bugging out on me.
Very no nonsense over here.
Very no nonsense over here. You're nothing but nonsense. What are you talking about?
Not that kind of nonsense.
Yeah, that kind of nonsense kind of fucked. All right, man. I swear to God, I had this shit working yesterday. I had dynamic player cards. So whenever you had certain members in your party, like if you swapped out your party, it would bring up different player cards for your pause menu. Apparently, I didn't save it, so now I'm fucking trying to get this shit working again.
Is this guy supposed to be in your game?
This? No. No, he's not in the game. I might as well, shit, I'm getting a bachelor's in him. I might as well get it.
You should fucking do him. And then when you're fighting him, he's like, this isn't my final form. And he changed him into his trans version.
That'd be so funny. I already have a trans guy in here, Bo Blacks. Bo Blacks is he puts on a dress. And he goes by Manshi, ironic enough. Whenever he puts on the dress, it's Mr. Manshi. Manshi. Anyways.
I'm a man who's a she.
Oh, I got this little sneak peek. I gotta put this in a spicy chat. Hold on. Stupid.
She's trying to figure out why she can't hear her audiobook anymore, and her husband just puts down the window, is just staring at her. She looks at her, she takes her headphones off, and she can hear her shit blasting in his
funny.
car. And she's trying to pause it, and she's trying to go inside at the same time. Like, oh god.
Dirty little books. That's Nikki's books, huh?
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
She's like, I'm listening to an audiobook. It's spicy.
However, with the cherry on top being Chris implying the only reason she got upset was because she wasn't as sexually mature as him. To make matters worse, a couple of days later, after getting no reply from her for entirely justifiable reasons, he emails her again asking for her to help him out with the ED page. He also mentions he's been trying to remove or work around mentions of her in the article, and his genius way of doing that is concealing her face by zooming into her vagina in the drawing. This once again sparked Megan's ire, who replied, "Look, my main issue is not the website itself, it's just the fact that you drew those weird pictures. Instead of removing that one completely, you just enlarge my crotch. Thanks a lot. Why didn't you just remove it? I don't care how lonely you are. I haven't had luck with relationships either, but I don't boast about being a virgin with rage. When you say things like that, it just makes you sound like you're looking for someone to P.S. I think it's rather amusing how you complain of these people defiling you. Yes, many posts are ridiculous, but you have defiled Mary Lee Walsh and our wonderful security officers who were simply doing their job. Then you defiled me and lied about it. You need to stop with this mindset that the whole world's against you and start taking some responsibility for once. Example, it's wrong to hate these people when you broke the rule by soliciting/loitering. Hey, at least they're doing their job and I support that. In many instances during the general story, there are moments where we can sympathize with Chris, but this certainly is not one of them. He continues to email her, blaming everything on ED and claiming he's the resistance against the alien dominators, whatever that means. Worst of all, he begins defending his drawing of She Came for CWC.jpg, saying, "As for the drawing itself, I've realized that it was done not only out of inspired fantasy, angst against ED and love for you, but also a major release for my crazy mixed up hormones. If I didn't have the foresight to put my pent up frustrations and feelings in the form of something, I might have become an abusive maniac, so thank God for allowing me to release my bottled up frustrations in a more positive yet not so politically correct and not physically hurting others method." So not only is he blameless for the actual drawing, it's actually a good thing he did and should be thanking him for, because if it weren't for She Came for Quickie, he might have raped her or something. I don't know exactly what's being implied. What a thing to admit to a girl you're supposedly in love with. He follows this up with claims that he's suffering way more than she is to get her to pity him, which does not work as intended. I can't stress enough how disrespectful it is that he keeps acting like it's somehow ED's fault he drew part of his friend. If that wasn't bad enough, his next email was him complaining to her that she brought the page up again, describing the drawing as a little dirty detail they should both forget about, and that in giving it so much attention, she made his month stressful. He also reiterated his lack of regret for drawing the image, just in case it was understated in the previous one. Completely unaware of how deranged he sounds, he closes it off with the following statement. "Although I do understand your feelings, and I can only respect your wish of staying away from you, sob, sob, my heart still cries for you. I'll always be worrying about you, and I will always love you, Megan Schroeder." In order to display how contrite he is, he edits ED once again, creating a gallery of images called "You Know What? I Hate Me Too," consisting exclusively of drawings from Sonichu wherein Chris was being beat up or hurt in some way. This was not an effective strategy, as a month later,
Party
Chris
manager
and Megan shared their last
no.
email correspondence, with Megan saying she wasn't interested in any more gifts from Chris. And just like that, Chris's most worthwhile acquaintance is
Party
alienated
managers, no.
because he couldn't resist drawing himself fingering her and putting it up online. After being baptized in the month of May, Chris earns himself a permanent ban from the game place for reasons such as scaring the kids he played card games with, taking his consoles with him into the store and hogging the TV with them, singing Britney Spears during games, among other things. He tried to apologize and appeal the ban along with his parents to no avail, as the manager of the game place, Mike, would just call the cops on them. Much later, he had this to say about Mike. "He's hated my guts after multiple times borrowing the store's HD TV for console gameplay, and in subtle retaliation, I hand wrote on a cardboard box, 'Michael loves the F out of Mary Lee Walsh. I tried to protect myself when he found it weeks later after having wrote it. I even convinced myself that the F meant fiddlesticks. It originally meant fuck. That was why the son of a bitch Jew kicked me out of the game.
Son of a bitch. That's
After years of loyal volunteer service in the Pokemon TCG League, I had apologized numerously before, but he's still the pig-headed, stubborn he was back then. Out of all of the isms Chris had expressed up until that point, a dislike of the Jewish people was certainly a new one. With both Megan and the game place now gone from his life, he was in the darkest place he'd ever been. Without any place to escape to and no one to vent to anymore, Chris takes to YouTube to confront Encyclopedia Dramatica and its surrounding community over the article on him, blaming them for his fallout with Megan, all the while very explicitly publicizing that the girl in the drawing he made was her, which most of the time did not know. The video was titled Quicky's Second Message, and it was a certified golden age of YouTube classic. In it, Chris coins terms like pedoforks when trying to defend himself from pedophile accusations, as well as proclaiming his love for China, not the country, but his stilted way of saying vagina. Conclusively, he threatens to never release the 7th issue of Sonichu if the ED page wasn't promptly taken down. A little while later, Chris would post another video requesting that people send hate mail to the creator of the page, Jason, closing the video with the iconic line,
As sure as I am to get...
This guy's Mr. Garrison. This guy's Mr. Garrison 100%. He fucking, he goes around saying, I'm not gay, right? He's not gay. He's like, I love vagina so much. So I love girls so much. I think I want to be one. I think I like girls. I think I want to be one.
Here's my fat gaping asshole. Want to put a dick in it.
Excuse me?
Nobody can hear me. I said quiet.
No, you did not.
I said
This
quiet,
thing picks
big
up
ass.
everything.
Really?
Yeah. What do you want?
My beeper.
Stinky.
At least 1 ounce of vagina. I have your number, and you're going down.
I should mention that for the duration of both of these videos, Chris always held a PS3 controller as he spoke as if it were some kind of
It's the Chud Logic point. This is where it came from. It came from Chris Chan, PS3 controller point. That's the OG.
Eagle staff.
Let it be
Through the
known.
rest of the month, Chris made and uploaded more videos in the same vein, dictating commands to an imaginary community of loyal followers, telling them the latest Sonichu news and teasing the new issue. In the middle of August, a now octogenarian Bob would make an extremely depressing addition to his letter to future Chris, saying, Dear Christian, at this time in life, you and Sonichu need a quest and purpose in life. Let Sonichu become a champion for autistic persons everywhere, and continually defeat the perils of autism. Sonichu could become the spokesperson for autistic persons, with an ongoing fight for them in chapter after chapter, or good deeds on the internet. He could become the spokesperson from now on. You and Sonichu could become famous worldwide. Jesus, I forgot how stupid this story is. In a few ways, you know, Bob was right, and Chris would become famous worldwide, just not for being a good role model for autists. During the same period, Chris would establish contact with another girl through emails. Her name was Blanca, and she took the initiative in emailing him to show her OC character, Jiggly Amy, a hybrid between Jigglypuff and Amy from Sonic. Of course, they were lying and trolling, and of course, Chris fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And within a single day, he was telling her he was interested in a relationship. Not only that, but he also asked her opinions on pornography and asked her to get on webcam with him. Mr. Chan was in quite the hurry. After uploading even more images of Rosachu drawn naked to the ED article for no particular reason, he does the unthinkable and sends nudes to Blanca. For the sake of accuracy and journalistic integrity, I should make it clear that this wasn't exactly Blanca he sent nudes to. It was someone unrelated to the 3 trolls behind the original Blanca identity who took it upon himself to pose as her and ask him for nudes, which Chris gracefully obliged. I should also specify that these aren't your regular nudes, but a close-up picture of Chris's penis with a Sonichu drawn on it, along with pictures of Chris wearing his mother's panties. Within a month of the
Butcher,
news
what's
being
up, man? How you
successfully
doing?
acquired, they went up on the ED page, much to Chris's despair, who preemptively emailed his church to notify them of it. Blanca
Alright, man. I don't know how much more I can take of this. I think this might be a dud anyways. I can't do this no more. I gotta get some work done on this fucking game. I'm thinking about... lo-fi music and fucking game dev. Just got done taking out some pirate bases in Cosmo Tier. I haven't seen Cosmo Tier yet. Let's check that out. It's definitely more interesting than this shit. Cosmo Tier. Let's see. Oh, okay, got a little You build your own ship? Yep, build your dream ship. Oh, that's cool. Huh. Management game. That's too big brain for me, man. These automation games. Looks good though. Mining resources. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I don't think I could do the whole... I fucking suck at the automation thing. I don't think I could do it, but it looks dope. There are whole galaxies with like space bases and stuff, really. That's pretty sick. I keep saying it, but it is. Be interesting to watch. It really isn't automation? Okay. So you don't have to like... well, you got to command like your crew and shit, right? You can have factories on your ship? Alright, alright. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Is it a demo? Oh, no, it's out. Okay. Might be worth a demo play if it's got one. If it's got one. However, you don't need them. Gotcha. I'm gonna... We're gonna pop on some lo-fi. I'm gonna finish this up. What I've been working on. Because last night I had it, and then I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe I didn't save or something. I'm going to pop on some lo-fi. I'm going to finish this up. And then maybe some Power World. I've been wanting to play Power World. Time for my hour late midnight snack. Hell yeah. Careful, man. That's how you put on them pounds. That's how you put them on. You eat right before bed. But yeah. All right. We're going to chill it out. We're going to bring it way down. Way, way down. I'm fat as fuck since I left the army. Dude, I am too. I used to be a consistent like 190 to 200. I got out of the army and I fucking hit about 220. And then right now I'm 250. But I lost weight. So I started this diet at the beginning of the month and I am down 20 fucking pounds, which is insane. It was at the beginning of this month, right? Baby? Beginning of this month I started the diet? Or last month? April. I started in April? Yeah. Okay. I started in April. Wait, this is April, right? Or are we in May? Yeah, we're in April. Okay. I started at the beginning of this month. I was 270. I'm down to 250 now. From eating nothing but fucking meat. Very low carbs. No carbs at all. A lot of not eating too, because I just get tired of fucking eating the same thing over and over and over again. So, but it curbs your appetite, like it stops it. I'm telling you. I'm currently 220 or 230. Yeah, I look decent at 220. That's my goal for the end of the year is 220. That's what weight I was at when I met my wife. If I could get to an even 200, I'd be ecstatic, and I'd probably just stay around there. I'd love to stay around there. But yeah. I mean, 50 more pounds, we got that. I lost 20 already, shit, in a month. But then again, you know, that's when you're gonna lose all the weight, anyways. Is like the first bit. Then it starts to slow down. So I'm waiting for the slowdown. I thought I hit it already, but I'm still losing weight because I checked my weight at the beginning of last week. Now it's 253, and I checked it yesterday, and I'm 250. So we'll get there. We'll get there. I still feel fat. That's the main thing. Well done. Do appreciate it. Yeah. And you can do it too. You can do it too. You should, man. I probably shouldn't be doing. I'm doing a carnivore diet. I'm not sure if I should though, because of the my blood pressure and shit. But it's been working. So it has been working. Faux show. The wife and I will be starting a low purine diet once my mother-in-law leaves. What's purine? Low purine. I don't know what that is. Alright, let's get some lo-fi going. Get good and tired, actually. Let's not get some lo-fi. Let's get some, what is this, PlayStation music? What's this shit? Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Purine gets turned into uric acid, and we both have gouty arthritis. Oh, that sucks. Which recently started within the last year. How old are you? Are you in your 30s or a little bit older than I am? I'm in my 30s, so I just turned 31. Like I'm 31, so 43. Okay. Yeah, man, tackle it now. Tackle it now. Like, them days are over of eating whatever the fuck you want now. And I'm starting to realize that, so like now it's just like a treat. You know what I mean? I can't go out and get fucking Taco Bell and shit every day and still be able to run 2 minutes or 2 mile or 14 minute 2 mile. Can't do that anymore. Yeah. Once I hit my goal, because I've been taking like vitamins and shit because I've just been eating nothing but meat. Once I hit my, I can't wait to start like vegetables, dude. I want some broccoli. I need some broccoli in my life. I'd love to eat like a big thing of noodles. We're cutting out red meat's processed sugar. Yeah, that's sugars are gone. I completely cut out sugars. Like even in my coffee, I use artificial. I still drink like Coke Zero and shit, which is fine because it's got 0 carbs and 0 sugar. But other than that, you know, like all sugars are gone. Red meat is my bane. I fucking love burgers and steaks, man. Yeah. I eat it all day. That's all I fucking eat. Is, like fatty meats. It's because I'm in, I'm in ketosis. But it's probably definitely not good for my heart. In fact, I'm scared to check my blood pressure. I'm already on blood pressure medication. I take that shit. This recent gout flare-up happened after I had a double jalapeno burger here at Staley's Grill. Damn. You sure it's meat? Does meat cause gout? What? Organ meat. Organ meat causes gout, right? Yeah, red meat is high in purines. Organ meats too. Interesting. Okay.
I can't do this.
Maybe I don't stay on this diet for too much longer. All right, let's see what's broken. Okay, we got a reference. Active player cards is none. No player cards are active. Let's go to my pause manager. On enable. Party members equals, okay. Current member parties. If current member parties are current party members. Oh shit, I don't have a reference to it. Count is less than or equal to 0. Return. Okay, party members is 9. That's not my current party members. That is, and here's active. Okay. Okay. Current party members is on the player. Current party members is here. Current party members equals active party members. This is on start. And party manager. Current party members is active party members. I have a breakpoint on there. I'm gonna attach it. Let's see what's going on with that. I'm gonna turn down OBS. I feel like it's blasting that music. Okay. Oh, my fucking back. I can't wait for semester break. I am going to drown myself in Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I want to get it. I might do Game Pass eventually, or I'll just wait for a sale. I'm not gonna scoop it right away. I don't think there's a point to. Currently, I just got too many games, and then also just don't. I haven't been playing games a lot recently. I play every now and then, but I'm not playing like I used to, man. It used to be like an everyday thing, but I just been working on this shit. I got it as a gift for myself. Well, hell yeah, dude. Ain't nothing wrong gifting yourself every now and then. Birthday present? What? Or just out, just whatever. Just getting it for shits and gigs, getting it to play. All right, we're connected. It did not trigger my breakpoint though. Oh, there it is. Okay, current party members, active party members, and active party members. Party manager is null. Interesting. Okay, does my game manager? My game manager should have an instance for that. So, register party member, or yeah, register party. You know what? Maybe I should I'm gonna do this. Wake instance destroy game object. Okay. Party follower. Pause manager. Register pause manager. I've been taking care of my friend's house while he's at drill sergeant school. He bought it for me out of the blue. Nice. Oh, you got it as a gift yourself. I thought you said you got it as a gift for yourself. Okay, gotcha. Oh, my fucking back. Player cards paused, 0. Player cards paused. Player cards paused. Player cards paused. Active player cards pause. Okay. Get party. Get party on start. See what that does. I'm waiting for Cyberpunk to be 75% off. I usually don't buy games over $20. That's smart. Cyberpunk's fun. You can always yo-ho it. It is always free that way. You just don't get any Steam achievements or anything. The game crashed. This, okay, registered. On enable. This is my pause manager, okay. If current party members, okay, does it return? It does return. Okay. Active party members. Party manager is null. I think it's null because that shit's breaking. Let me add a check here. Debugging this shit's fucking retarded because I'm using Singleton. Party manager. If active party member greater than 0. Yeah, I haven't yo-hoed anything in years, which is good. For when I take my polygraph for NSA, they ask that kind of stuff, and I can honestly say no. I didn't know they asked that kind of stuff. Interesting. I forgot you were trying to do that. That's right. I don't even think I got a polygraph. The only polygraph I took was for the Army. Actually, I don't even think I had to take a polygraph for that. I didn't have a top secret. Top secret was needed for polygraph. I had a secret. I had a secret clearance. Yeah, the TS/SCI, they do poly with lifestyle poly. Okay. I had a secret clearance. I know that took, I sat in a room with a guy and he asked me a bunch of questions, but I never got hooked up to like a machine or anything. Interesting. They ask all kinds of shit like have you cheated on your spouse, etc. Basically anything that could possibly compromise you in any way. Yeah. Oh yeah, they asked me if I was like in debt and shit. And I was like, I don't even have a fucking credit card, bro. I was 20 at the time. What is happening here? Why are you being hit? Active party members. Oh, I'm retarded. Active player cards paused. President Sunday. Why is President Sunday being added to here? That makes no sense. Holy shit. And if you have cheated on your spouse, they make you tell them if they don't know. Damn. That way it can never be held against you to blackmail you. Interesting. Well, at that time, I was a goody little two-shoes, so... I was not a bad husband yet. That was with my previous wife, not my current wife. Sorry. Alright, I think I need like a fucking diagram of what's going on here. I need to draw this out. Because this is not computing in my head. Give me a second. I'm hit the vape while I'm thinking. All right. Everything needs to derive from the party manager. So party manager. This contains my party SOs, my scriptable objects for the party. This contains all the possible party members. Possible party members. This contains my active party members. And this contains my active player cards. Active player, player cards. And the player cards themselves. Hold on a second. Let me unpause that. And the individual playing cards, or player cards. So PC1, PC2, PC3. I need my player to grab this info. And I need my pause manager to grab this info. So that way my pause manager can know what to display for the player cards and all the other information that needs to be seen, such as health, and FP, and stats, because that'll read my SO, my scriptable objects from Party Manager, and my player needs my active party members, so it knows who's following them. Followers. Okay. My shitty logic is set. So, party manager. Boom, we're good. It's registering. This initializes it with the game manager. My start function is grabbing all the possible party members. This is my PPM. And grabbing all of the scriptable objects besides the players. It does not grab the player scriptable object. It then gets the party. Oh shit. It then calls get party. And grabs my active party members, which is not set yet. Active party members is a variable I control outside of this. So currently I'm plugging them in. And the only active party member that I have set is Stylo. So it grabs my active party member. And it loops through each one of them. Stylo being the first one. And it loops through my party member SOs, which is all of them. It should have all of them at this point. And it looks for Stylos. It says, hey, if this is Stylos, active player card, add Stylos player card, because I have a player card set to his scriptable objects. And if it's not, it continues. And then down here, it says, hey, oh. Alright, well this solves that problem. Let's get rid of this. Oh shit. This will stop this from crashing here. Alright, let's go to my pause manager. My pause manager needs information on the player cards. So on enable, if game manager instance player current party members count is okay, so we don't need this. Player. We want everything to derive from the party manager. So party members equals party manager dot active party members. So now we're only grabbing the active party members, not from the player, but from the party manager itself. So party members equals that, and party members is used a lot in here. This is updating the UI. If party members count is equal to 0, it sets the card to false, sets all the cards to false. Else, if it's 1, it sets the first one, so on and so forth. Because you only have four party members. And here it sets the text. Okay. This should probably be wrapped in something too. But that's literally all that's doing, is setting the info. Down here, show stats. That's fine for now. And this is fine. This doesn't get called at all unless I'm clicking on a button. Okay. My player manager, or my player controller, on start function, current party members is set to game manager.instance.party active members. That's fine. That's what we want. Followers set the same thing. Active party members. That's what we want. And that should be where it ends. Everything should come from the pause manager. So let's see what's happening here. I press play. I'm gonna get rid of these breakpoints so we can get through here quicker. I'm still getting these on enabled pause manager. This is still, this is my pause manager on enabled. All right, Stylo's our only one. Interesting. Stylo, we got everything. Okay, active player cards 2. They're President Sunday. Why the fuck are they President Sunday's cards? Let's look at Stylo real quick. Stylo scriptable object. Party SO. Stylo. Stylo has his own player card. Let's look at canvas, pause panel. Character panel, pause member. Okay. That's fine. On enabled. On enabled is when I press escape. Maybe have this on start as well. Because this is just updating party members whenever I press escape. So that way I can update the UI. Party manager. It all derives from party manager. Party managers, I don't need an on enable here. I just need on start. I'm going to set a breakpoint here and see what happens. Get rid of pause panel. I feel like something's just not assigned, and it'd be like the most simplest thing. Like I didn't drag something in properly. Party manager, okay. Active party member Stylo, 1. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna check up here real quick. Party member SOs are 9. Okay, we got everyone's shit. Party members is 9. That's fine. Get party. Active party members is 1. Should be Stylo. Yep. For each active party member, 1 Stylo. Party members SO. It's gonna search. It's going to search for Stylo's scriptable object in here, or his character info by name. MRAW. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and click on this. All right, active player cards dot pause. All right, so we got President Sunday's player card. Does SO stand for sex offenders? Most of them are, aren't they? Nah, scriptable object. For some reason, we're grabbing President Sundays when it's Stylo. Why is Stylo character info? Character info. Oh, I'm fucking up, brother. I did fuck up. Okay, so Stylo, character info. Character info. What is happening? What is happening? The object name is Stylo. Party manager. Character info dot name. Object name. Object name, brother. Okay, let's try that. Object name is what it needs to be. Okay. Active party members, we're good here. Let's skip ahead. Interesting. We got 2 President Sundays here, but one of these are Stylo. Where is this coming from? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Party manager. Brother, okay, this is the issue right here. I fucked up. I did not add stylos. This could have been working with anybody else. I did not grab stylos. All right, stylos in there now. Oh, well, he will be. Wait, what? Grab scriptable party members. It's not showing my party members. It's not showing my party members. Alright, hold on. Let me fucking save this and restart this. Unity's such shit sometimes, dude. I think I see the problem. I'm gonna let that restart real quick. Squid, how are you doing tonight, brother? How you doing tonight, Squid? Thanks for coming in. Hope you guys are chilling. I did some work on idle streaming Bonanza earlier. I was clearing up some bugs for idle streaming Bonanza while we were watching some Frogan action. For those of you who missed it, I will upload it tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be any... Yes, rookie mistake. You forgot the index parser substrate for the algorithmic binary class node call list for the action class modifier on line 393829EX underscore 39292JJSGU. Yes, but did you take into account the flux capacitor on line 43? I don't know. Cringe. I did not. Okay. Well, you fucked up. No, I'm just kidding. One of these days I should switch to Unreal or Unity and learn C#. I think the main is the main coding language. C# very versatile. It's still being used. Like it's not, I don't think it's going anywhere. Unreal, I think, does have a plugin for C#. But if you want, check out Unity. Unity is C# natives. Godot has a plugin for C#. Unreal, you can do blueprints. It's a little bit easier. But yeah, C#'s good. I like C#. You can also do graphics programming with C# as well. They have a wrapper. They have a wrapper for OpenGL. It's called OpenTK. And you can create your own engine or fucking learn how to do some graphics programming. That's actually my my goal, not to make my own engine, but just to learn some more graphics programming shit. I'd really like to do that. Eventually I want to get to the point where I have enough time to actually learn that shit. Just drawing triangles on a screen. Learning any of these C's is good, true. For my day job, I use C# in WPF, which is Windows Presentation Forms, and I dabbled in a little bit of Maui and shit like that, but mostly it's C#. Maui's multi-application user interface, I think. Multi-application user interface. It's similar to WPF, XAML, which is like a different form of HTML, but it's not too hard. Like, I don't know. I recommend it, dude. I stand by Maui, Blazor, any of those. Those are really fun to use. Make a low poly retro indie Souls-like roguelike action slasher and platformer. I mean, that's an actual that's an actual genre. You do something like I mean, I could tell you Dead Cells, like you just described Dead Cells, or fuck, what is it? Hollow Knight. That's Hollow Knight. All right, let's see where this shit's at. Party manager. Party members list. See? No, he's in there, dude. What the fuck? Alright, let's hit play and see what happens. President Sundays added twice. Suck my dick. Stylo. Let me see. Look at that shit. Character info on Stylo. Look, I fucked up. The character info on Stylo is President Sunday. So let's change that to Stylo. And we won't have any fucking problems with that anymore. Alright, we're good, I think. Back to my party manager. We got Stylo there. And let's hit that breakpoint. Attached to Unity. It's better than everyone making Super Mario Castlevania again. Yeah, I think they're like, it's just a good, they're like learning games, you know what I mean? Like the first games I learned how to make were like Arkanoid or Pong, Tron, shit like that. Very super simple games, and anyone who's trying to learn Unity, any game engine or language for that matter, like start very small. Do not start with like a grandiose project, because you'll never finish it and you won't learn anything substantial, and you won't like retain it. You want to finish something, you don't have to release it. You don't have to, but you can. There's options. You can go itch, whatever. But Pong, you know, add your own spin on Pong. Very small games. Very, very, very small games. Make the next Elden Ring shit type shit for your first project. Bro, you'd be surprised how people really do this. Like, people really do that shit. Yeah, they literally walk you through making Arkanoid and minigame engine tutorials. Yeah. Dark Dev, you'd be like, I'm telling you, man, like, there's a lot of, I don't want to say wannabe. I don't want to say wannabe, but there's a lot of, like, people who want to make video games, and then they start off on these super grandiose projects, thinking their first game's gonna be like the next fucking Elden Ring or the next Cyberpunk, whatever, what have you, whatever, insert popular game here, and it's not. It's just not gonna happen, unless you're someone like, even the guy who made Stardew Valley. Even the guy who made Stardew Valley, like, he kept the game in his scope. He modeled the game after games he had very extensive knowledge on, which was Harvest Moon, and he already had a programming background. And Undertale, the guy for Undertale, he didn't know shit. Like, you look at his code and it's all fucking mushed together. But again, super simple, super simple. Hi Kickstarter, I have zero game experience and would like $1 million to develop my first game, a massive online multiplayer RPG. Yeah, that's right. Toby Fox did it in Game Maker with a box of scraps. Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna bring up Undertale, but you already did it.
Undertale's a good example of like yeah, well, he had two people, but it's a good example of like low effort. I won't say low effort because Undertale was good, but like just simple games, right?
Lower knowledge?
No, not lower knowledge, just like simpler games, like something that's not like extensive on graphics and shit. Low ambition. I mean, I feel like 2 years project. I feel like Undertale was like high ambition, like he was passionate about the project because he wanted to release something like Earthbound, like his own quirky little story. I don't know.
Have you played Undertale?
I haven't played all of it, but I watched you play it.
I cannot imagine that was easy to code.
He didn't, like, you should, like, his code is all the fucking dialogue in that game is wrapped into one if-else statement. Like, it's wrapped into one big-ass else-if statement. All the dialogue in that game.
I'm talking about the actual gameplay when they bring up the music and stuff. And
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what makes the game memorable, too, is the music. If that game didn't have, like... Well, not only that, but just really good music and just the tone. Like, there's more to it than just code. But... I remember my first game is shit. Yeah, I made a few shit games. I don't remember my. Oh no, I do remember my first game. I made it in Unreal Engine 3, and you can't even call it a game. It was just me experimenting. My first release was Drop and Dodge. It was for I think I showed it on stream before. I'm not gonna bring it up again, but I made that in Game Maker. It amazes me that like a small team could make amazing games like Undertale, Pal World. I forgot everything about it, but they made a lot of money. Yeah, they did. He had an album first and then made a game around it. Oh, okay. Got you. Core Keeper is a good game for co-op. I'll have to check that out. The code can be shit, but if the game is fun and works, it doesn't matter. True. That is true. I will say that. It does not matter. As long as the game's fun. You know, and you work out your bugs. Like, if you can, like, put duct tape on your fucking bugs, you know, and it's playable, go for it. You ain't got to be the next fucking John Carmack. You know, just make something fun. And trust me, I'm not touting myself as some super coder. I never have. I never will. My coding is mid at best. And I just know how to get shit working. You know what I mean? So if you see something out of place in my code, it's probably out of place on purpose. Well, not on purpose, but, you know, to the best of my knowledge, I guess. I don't know. I'm always willing to learn, though. So if anyone has any critique or criticism on my shit, you know, I'm always open to learning. Okay, let's get this breakpoint and step through and see what's going on. Okay, get active party members. Party member is Stylo. Party member SO. We're going to loop through all this and grab Stylo's player card. Active player card is Stylo. And we're going to exit. Player card 1 is active player card. Stylo. Alright, we're good. Continue. Alright, Stylo is not popping up for here, so we're good out the gate for party manager. It's handled somewhere else now. Most likely in the pause manager. So we're gonna go through here next and see what's going on. Best thing to do is make a game breaking bug a feature. Yeah. Oh, I forgot who did that. Who did that? Like they made the game breaking bug a feature, and they like got away with it. Is that Undertale? The picosecond you release your second game, you become more qualified at indie dev than Jason Hall. Well, he's got 2 games out. I think I could get 3 games out, right? No, he doesn't have 2 games fully out. You're right. He's got 1 game out, and then he's got fucking Heartbound that's not finished. So at this point, I already have 2 games out. I have early access doesn't count. Okay, yeah. Then at this point, I already have I have 3 games out actually. I have 3 games that I've worked on out. Humanity Savior, which is a VR game. It's a VR arcade shooter. I mean, it wasn't successful by any means. I was a level designer on there, so it wasn't my whole game. But as an indie dev, I got Drop and Dodge and Apostle 3D. Drop and Dodge and Apostle 3D. I need VR games. Stay away from that one. It's not that good. It's literally just a point and click shooter. If you want some good VR games, man, I got a list. W Indie Dev Repo heavily inspires me because that came out of nowhere and it was just good. Yeah, it's following a trend though. It's like a party game, like a party co-op game. Extraction. You know, they have like these extraction shooters. Well, this takes out the shooter part. It's just an extraction game, like Lethal Company and Content Warning and stuff like that. So, definitely good market to get into. Games are needed in that niche. Another niche that'd probably be good to work in. I say idle games, but I've been developing my idle game, and I'm curious on the reception for it. I can't wait to release it because I don't know how it's gonna do. I don't know how it's gonna do, but drop the list in Discord sometime. I'll compare it with my library. Oh, for VR games. I'll tell you my few in a second. But niches to get into are that extraction type, like the extraction party game, and then the idle games, casual games. Those do well, really well. Yep. Love you too, baby. Stupid. You can make VR games in Godot? Yeah. Gay. I love my wife. Shut your mouth. Chat, kissing your wife is gay? That's based. It's gay and based. Alright? It's gayst.
That's funny.
Why?
The first time you said something semi-sweet to me, I was like, wow, you're gay.
Yeah, the first time I ever said something nice to my wife, she's like, wow, you're gay. She didn't say gay. She dropped the F slur. She's like, wow, you're a you're fair. That's what she did. You're fair. Anyways. A bundle of sticks, yeah. If I start Power World tonight, I'll tell you what, that was my high school nickname. Fair. Yo. That's sad. Damn. Bill the Butcher. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but if you want to get down on some Pal World tomorrow, I'm probably going to be, like, it's already almost 2. I'm probably going to knock this out and hop off for the night. I'm not going to lie. But if you want, I'm not playing tonight either. I'm about to go to bed. All right, cool. Yeah, man, I'd be down to start a new world, a new Pal World. Me and my friend call each other that with endearment. I mean, we all used to, right? We all used to go around saying that shit. I don't know what happened. The internet got fucking weird. You know? And the Epic Game Award, the yeah. Yeah. the gamer word. It didn't mean you were gay. Yeah, it was like a, I mean, yeah, it was like calling your friend gay, but like we didn't have a problem, you know, we didn't have a problem with gay people, you know what I mean? We didn't call our gay friends, you know, the slur. Yeah, a term of endearment, yeah.
I didn't call people I didn't like that name.
I eventually grew up and moved on to the hard R. That's just gross. Yo, fair. I think we're just tossing that around simultaneously. Like be yeah, fair. I don't know, man. It's crazy how shit's just like been evolving. Like people want to be, it's like a fake niceness, or like they really give these words power, and if you add comedy to anything, and it just like removes all of that, it strips it all. In my opinion, hard R of cracker, right? The food, yeah. All right, pause manager. Y'all distracted me with the gamer words. Party members. Let's remove those. And player cards, okay. Party members is null. Set a breakpoint on pause manager. I'm gonna do it here and then here. Things for the best. I keep trying to type it, but chat won't let me. Yeah, don't do that. That's all I need for now. Streamer will allow bomb threats and slurs in chat. Talk about censorship. Is that what it says? I think I have like my My censorship is like pretty low. I think I have it set to none, honestly. So that just might be YouTube's doing, unless you're on Twitch right now, which you're not, because nobody's on Twitch right now. I'm kidding. Okay. Guys, you can watch me on Twitch as well. The quality might be a little bit better. You can follow me on there. Same name. It's in the description below, I think. Oh, you guys can join my Patreon for free. It doesn't really do anything. Like, all the shit I'm releasing is for free. It's mostly just, like, all the paid stuff is, like, to get a self-insert for the game. And all that crap. I'm sorry I'm shilling, but, you know, it is what it is, guys. I stopped posting slurs once Club Penguin shut down. That's funny. You were on Club Penguin, weren't you, babe?
What?
You were on Club Penguin, weren't you?
No.
Shilling that free Patreon. Yeah. I don't like shilling, man. Oh yeah, she was on Neopets. I don't know. I'll shill the games all day because it's something. You know what I mean? But when I'm like asking for fucking money and shit, like the donator, I have the donation thing up, but it's like. I thought I turned it off. I feel like I'm shaking like a fucking tin cup, and it's fucking whack. I don't know. The reason I don't use Twitch is because of ads, but if you get paid good, I'll start watching here. Actually, just stay on YouTube, man. Like I don't know. Yeah, I streamed on Twitch for fucking ever. I streamed on Twitch for like 10 years. I have 36 cents to spare. All right, yo, I'll take it. Give me it now. No, I streamed on Twitch for like 10 years, man, and then I switched like whenever all the pirate shit happened, I came over to YouTube because like my sub count went up, and it's been a lot better, man. Like a lot more interaction. You know, I'm no longer streaming to like fucking 2-3 people. I did lose a few friends like that used to come in regularly on my Twitch, but now that I'm like dual streaming, we'll see if they come back. Yeah, you know that shame and self-consciousness you feel when shilling? That's the part you gotta kill to be a good little piggy streamer. Oink oink. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just come up in a fucking crop top all the time here. Give me $20, please. Shake my tits. I want to do one of those mirror streams where like I have like the stand-up desk, right? I want the stand-up desk and the mirror just pointing at my hairy ass, like in Chaps. Like you can't see nothing, right? Just my hairy ass in the mirror. I want to do that so fucking bad. That'd be so funny. Ass's TOS, is it? On Twitch or on YouTube? Do a hot tub stream? I don't know if I could fit a tub in here. I do a hot bucket stream. Kiddie pool. They do that already. Rip YouTube's lowest sticker doing it. Don't worry about it, brother. I'm just joking around. Kiddie pool stream, yeah. Maybe. I'll fill it full of like milk or something for you guys. That's for me. The milk is for me. Alright. Party members counts. On enable. Let's remove this. I want to remove this on enable. I think it's fucking me up, maybe. That's in my pause manager. No, that should be fine. Let's remove it here. Ricotta cheese, that's gross. Yogurt. Milk Bath Kitty Pool Stream send me $200. Take off my socks. On that note, good night, my friends. You didn't like that. I don't like cottage cheese. All right. Hey, Bill the Butcher, you have a good night, brother. Thanks for coming in. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you Wednesday if you're in here. Thank you. Oh, actually, no, I'll talk to you tomorrow. We're playing Power World tomorrow. If any of you guys have Power World and you want to play too, you're more than welcome to join. We'll probably just be fucking off. So, yeah, just hit me up in Discord. After work. Alright, what is this song? I gotta change this shit. I want the Doom soundtrack. Oh, ask and you shall receive. Speaking of cheese, I had blue cheese ranch and I didn't even notice till I downed all my wings. You don't like blue cheese? Blue cheese ranch? Blue cheese is good on wings. That's just bomb. I didn't like it for the longest time, but I don't mind it now. Oh, I didn't have any. Okay, hold up. Lemon pepper rub kind of guy? Okay. I haven't tried that. Garlic. I'm pretty basic. I like hot wings, like super uber hot wings. It tastes a little off, but I just didn't think about it until after. Yeah, I like blue cheese, a little sour. Lemon pepper's lit. I'll try it next time. I used to put lemon pepper in like my ramen. That was pretty good. All right, party members is count 0. Game manager. Party manager is null. Why is party manager null? Why is party manager null? Is that just the first pass? Party manager null. Party manager null. This is on my pause manager. Let me see if calling it in a certain way. I think that's done in here. Build settings? No, not build settings. Project settings. There's something in here where it's like script execution order. That's it. Script execution order. I want my game manager to call first. And then I want my party manager. And then my pause manager. Let's try that. Script execution order. Is party manager still null? It is. Son of a bitch. Let's see. Script execution orders might deal with it. Ah, it did. I told you. Fuck yeah. I'm so smart. Not really. Alright. Our toggle pause is still fucked, though.
Mommy doesn't get drunk. She just has fun.
Okay. Toggle pause is still fucked. But we're hitting the right... We're hitting in the right order. Okay. Battle panel is open. Ignore this. Who's the delightfully melanin-infused fellow in the car? Oh, so this is great. I got a new... Yeah. The no. No. I got a new artist from the Chud Logic's Discord. Actually, Perry sent them to me. I actually had a crash out on Perry's stream, so if you want to go watch me fucking fumble a combo with him, that's on his channel. I crashed the fuck out on his shit Because before that, I had a talk with this. You guys remember that fucking guy Slug that I talked to? At the time, you saw it? Okay. So let me explain myself a little bit. At the time, oh, the new artist, not the crash out. Okay. All right. So y'all remember when I talked to Slug though, right? You guys were here? I'm pretty sure you guys were here. Anyways, I talked to this guy Slug Entertainment. Apparently he's known in the commentary community for doxing people, and he's really been shunned or kicked out. All right. Well, anyways, I had this guy on. I was trying to be the tail end of it. Okay. I was trying to be polite because he was a guest on the stream. That's probably my mistake. Definitely not going to put up with autistic retards just talking over me the whole time when I'm trying to talk about the fucking game and just plugging in their own bullshit. It's definitely not going to happen again. I can tell you that much. I'm going to be a little bit more forthright whenever I have people on my channel now. But anyways, the whole time we were talking, I didn't notice it while it was happening. Like, I was uncomfortable in the call because he kept he was like sending me fucking porn. Like he was like, who sent me their grandma shaking all that ass? And he like sent it to me. I was like, okay, I'm not going to watch it. My wife's right here, dude. Like, I'm not going to disrespect my wife like that. And then he kept bringing up like being man. It was very, very fucking weird and autistic. And before that conversation, I had another fucking interesting conversation with somebody, space station. I actually yelled at him. I think because I yelled at him, I felt bad when I talked to Slug. So I think that's why it went on. I yelled at space station because he just wouldn't shut up. So I was like, I told him I was going to strangle him if he didn't shut up. I told him I was going to strangle him because I was trying to get off because like my stream was starting soon. And then Slug came on, and I think I felt bad and just didn't say anything. But anytime I tried talking about the game, he'd be like, he'd fucking change the subject and just make it about himself, or try to tell me like how to put the game. And Perry, like he watched that whole thing and like he fucking cringed out. Like it was a very cringe conversation, and I should have did better on that. But I ended up going on call with Perry and was talking to him, and I didn't have. I'm starting to see why he was shunned. Yeah, for real. He was a fucking prick. He was weird. But I went on Perry's show, and before I hopped in the call, I had already like disassociated myself from Slug. I was like, I'm gone. I'm never talking to that dude again. I since banned him from the Discord and like fucking blocked him on Twitter and all that shit because he was, anyways. Yeah, so like I came into that conversation with like, I'm trying to forget it. I got PTSD and I'm trying to forget it. And he just watched it, so he's like, he's bringing up all these points, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess. And I'm still trying to be like defending, I guess. I don't know. Is he? Yes, he's the one that kept trying to talk about fucking Latinas, dude. Yes, cringe. You know, and I'm over here trying to be like the nice guy, and then. Like, I could tell the fucking tism the tism was off the charts, okay? So I'm not trying to be super, like, I wasn't trying to be mean. Like I said, he was a guest. That's just me I was being a big old pussy about it. I'm gonna be real. I was being a big ass pussy. So. Yeah, he was cringe. I was just being polite because you thought you were friends. No, he wasn't my fucking friend. He's just some random. He came from Beckett's stream. But I'm going to be honest, I was being a big-ass pussy, and I didn't want to say nothing because I didn't want to hurt no fucking feelings. Yeah, look, man, nobody's pro at handling cringe. Yeah, true. All right, fair enough. At least somebody understands. But anyways, I was being defensive on Perry's stream because, like, they were like, you understand that he was just, like, trying to self-insert himself into the game and stuff. I was like, yeah, I guess, you know. And then, like, Perry sit there and said, like, I sucked at talking to people or some shit. After he said that, like, I just fucking, like, I lost it. I was like, you know what? I mean, you could go watch it yourself. Him and Bug kind of like jumped on me, but they're right. They're right. And I said I apologize to them because I fucking crashed out. I felt like I crashed out. Like I was trying to keep it funny, but yeah, I know. I don't know. I fucked that one up big time. So we'll see how it goes in the future. If I have anybody else on the show, if they don't have any fucking, and I'm not going to be like high and mighty about it, but if they don't have any like game design experience or game development experience, I was going to tell them to fucking clam it up. And if I have plenty of colleagues, if I need help on the game or direction, I'm just going to ask my colleagues. Yeah, I'm just going to ask my colleagues. I got like 3 colleagues I can call up. One who's been on the show before to help me with a game jam. He helped me with a game jam and doing votings and stuff. He was a judge. You were a respectful and decent host. There's better ways to handle it, and you'll find ways to make it better. But fuck those retards for jumping you on it. That's just rude. They didn't. It wasn't really like a jump. It was like they're trying to bring to. I might be defending again. Again, you can go to Perry's channel. You can watch it. He's got it up there. The call between me and Perry and Bug. But if you're wanting to watch it showed Perry reacting to the whole stream of me talking to Slug, and that gave it a little bit more context. But yeah, it was more of them like trying to bring it to light in my eyes, and then kind of me like, I just didn't want to like. I was still trying to be nice and not trying to fucking I don't know. I fucked that one up though. But anyways. Yeah. I mean, still go watch it. You might get a fucking cringy laugh out of it about me crashing out. Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. I think I'm salvageable. You know what I mean? I think it's salvageable. Toggle pause. Manager, set active pause manager. Update UI. All right, I have a breakpoint here. Got a breakpoint there. Let's see what's up. Active party members. Count 1. Good. Party members. There's 1. It should be Stylo. Cool. Look at him choke. Look at him suffer.
They can't hear that on YouTube, huh?
Nah, I don't even think Twitch is working. Because I didn't get it on Twitch either. Because I didn't get the notification for it.
Bummer.
Yeah. But it tells me that you actually redeemed it on this. I'm using StreamerBot. It's like combining my chat. It's actually pretty cool. Look at it. It combines the chat, and then it like gives me notifications on what people are doing. It's pretty sick.
Sometimes you read chat, and I don't see what the hell you're reading it. So
Yeah.
I think it doesn't show it.
Most of it's from YouTube. Like most of my chat's from YouTube. Stop it. I'm gonna punch you. What is this? Why is this happening?
Oh, you want a hug? Ow! It's not a hug. Are we dancing? My knees. It's like a bowl of Rice Krispies.
About to hit you with that judo flip.
My purse.
That's my purse. I don't know you. Nice takedown. I did a little bit of jiu-jitsu. All right. I got a little bit in me. I want to get back into it once I hit my weight. The weight I want. Wrestling fat guy sucks. Black belt? No. No, not at all. I had fucking like 6 months at Gracie Barra, and then I did a little bit of domestic jiu-jitsu, yeah. And I did a little bit in the army, and then I did some boxing in the army as well. Not a lot, but I did a little bit. It's just expensive to train, guys. Like, I love doing martial arts. I love doing it. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. Any Krav Maga? No. No. I'd be interested in it, though. I want to take, I really want to take Jiu-Jitsu. I at least want to get a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu. That's my goal, for my 30s. Just use the wiki. My goal for my 30s is, a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu. And then I'd like to take Judo. I'd like to take Judo. And then, if I can, do some more boxing. Oh, I did a little Muay Thai, though. I did do a little Muay Thai. I did less Muay Thai than I did Jiu-Jitsu, though. If John Wick can kick 3 dudes in the nuts in a row and still look cool, then there's no place for honor and masculinity in combat. I mean, no, you do what you can to fucking win. Unless you're like in a ring, you know what I mean? Obviously, then you adhere to the rules. But if you're in a fucking street fight or anything like that, you do what you can. Grab a dick and twist it. Grab a dick and twist it. I don't give a shit. I'm pulling hair. I'm fucking gouging eyes. Especially against like 3 dudes. What? Being on the ground, like, jiu-jitsu ain't gonna do shit for you out in the streets, like against a group. On the ground is the last fucking place you want to be. Your best bet is to like run and try to like funnel them, or just like just fucking run. Pull a gun, you can do that too. Good old purple nurple in the middle of street fighting, hell yeah. Break a bone. Running's not cowardice, just be smart. You know what I mean? Whatever you like, and whatever you're doing, just be smart. Like, you got 3 dudes on you, there's no fucking way. Like, you know, there's no fucking way. Unless you're like really, really trained. Or just a fucking, like, you're just a tough motherfucker. You know, you gotta do what you can. Player controller. All right. Where's that? Party manager. Fight with honor, says the mugger with 3 friends trying to rob you while you're drunk. Yeah, for real. You give them the fake wallet. You carry 2 wallets. Or you toss your real wallet and pull out the wallet gun. The belt buckle gun. Say hello to my little friend. He shot me with his cock. I always wanted a gun like this. Hold on. I always wanted a gun like this. This be the sickest thing ever. Stupid.
Yeah. Stupid.
The Glock and balls. That's so great. Holy shit. That's good. Glock and balls. That's funny. Damn. I wish I thought of that. Dynamite vest for self-defense. Yeah. That's such a good movie. I like Quentin Tarantino. I think his movies are great. I don't think I've ever watched a Quentin Tarantino movie and like been upset watching it. Like I regretted watching it. Maybe when we reach cyberpunk technology, you can have it plus more. Yeah, the damn, what's it called? What's the cyberpunk fucking add-on for getting your schmeckle? For getting like a robot schmeckle? I forgot what it was called. The girls have them too. Good party. All right, y'all been distracting. Never touched this stuff, just a story. Oh, the vibrator melee weapon? No, it's it was an add-on, and it you can't get it in the game. It's just lore. My bad, fam. Yeah, you're good. It's just lore. Oh, fuck, man. I forgot what it was called, but people like get them. It's like it's a robot. It's a robot Johnson. You get like a cyber Johnson. And the girls get them too. It's like part of the lore. It's actually one of the missions that you do. It's a side mission. Like you gotta help this guy. Like I think it was like find his fucking. I forgot what it was called. I can't remember the add-on. Like the cybernetic thing. Good party. It's got to be the pause manager. Handle input. Why would handle input? Dialogue manager is active. All right, let's set a breakpoint here and see what's cracking. Null. Game manager instance null. All right, I think I need to change the way this is working too. In the preferences, I think this is getting called before script execution order, player control. Okay, so game manager, party manager, pause manager, player controller, any other managers I should. Battle manager for last. Yep. Battle manager, party follower, maybe scroll view manager. Let's do that. Still can't move. Fuck. Why though? Why? Yeah, anime is weird ass character that chromed his dick. Yeah, he got one and it was a secondhand knockoff and it was burning. That's it. Yeah. In the game, that's right. That's right. It was burning him. That's funny. I'm still not getting. The Mr. Stud! That's it! The Mr. Stud! And then the other one is, Miss Lady? Is it a Miss Lady or Lady something? The Mr. Stud. And I should change my name to Mr. Stud instead of Private Parts. Okay. Player controller handle input is not working. It's a null reference to. A null reference to. There is no null reference now. Let's do this. Attach to Unity. Pause manager's false. Dialogue active is null. Game manager dot instance dot dialogue. Dialogue. Okay. Does dialogue have its own thing? Is there a dialogue manager? There is a dialogue manager. Okay. Dialogue manager. Alright, hold on. We're still missing one. I don't like that I have to do this, but I think it's because I have so many managers and they're like racing with each other to hold on. Basically what I'm doing in this part here, whenever I go to my project settings, I'm going to script execution order. Hold on, let me pause this. Alright, so when I go to my script execution order, I'm manually telling the engine what scripts to run first. So the first script, first and foremost, that I want to run is my game manager. That needs to be the very first one. Second is my party manager, my pause manager, my player controller, my battle manager, and my scroll view manager. My player controller might actually need to be last. And then after that, I need to add my dialogue manager. And I'm going to put that right after party manager. I'm going to see how that works. Is this how everything is loaded in? No, not typically. But I'm getting an issue. I have a bunch of managers that are being registered to my game manager, and all of these are running at the same time or in different times. And here in the script execution order, I'm giving them an order to execute in, because they're all happening at the same time. So like they could all pop off in different spots. So I'm basically giving it an order to do this. So it's game manager first, party manager, dialogue. Prosto Cotilo? Okay. I'm gonna call you Prosto. What's going on, man? How you doing? Welcome to the Twitch channel. We're also live on YouTube. If you're interested in that, you can check it out there. Chat is more full in YouTube, so you might have more fun there. A lot going on, yeah. I asked ChatGPT the answer to your question, and it told me to kill myself. That's what's up. Yes, someone's finally won Twitch. Yeah. How are you doing? I'm doing well. We are almost done for the night. I'm trying to get my scripts executing in the correct order, so that way I can stop and go to sleep and get off this. I actually had this working yesterday. I think I exited without saving and just fucked everything up. So currently what I'm working on is I'm trying to get a party system going for my game, and I have a bunch of UI that relies on like what your party members are. So like player cards that pop up for stats, for just any bits of information. I'm using like scriptable objects to gather all that information. Right now it's all fucked up. It's like executing out of order. So like my game manager will load like after my party manager, and like my party manager is dependent on my game manager. So it needs to execute in a certain order for this to work. So currently I have an active party member called Stylo. How to get it, baby? Okay. All right. We're registering the battle manager. Okay, now it's working. All right, so before I wasn't able to walk. Now I can walk. And that's because I was able to execute. Oh, what is this? Out of range. Okay. Okay. Look, they're popping up now. Boom. They're popping up now. All right, so if I add more party members to my party manager, so active party We got Stylo. Let's add DK and Imrao. And now when I press escape, I should have all my cards. All right, cool. Pepe Sylvia scene from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but for Party UI. I have not seen Always Sunny. I actually need a new funny show to watch, so I might get on that shit, bro. Yeah, I never seen it, so definitely worth a watch? Question mark. Sometimes I create a text file to drop some copied text for a few minutes, and I just can't stop pressing Control. All time. It's called Prof Degradation, I think. Prof Degradation. Give me the non-acronym or the non-shorthand. I can look that up because I don't know what you're talking about. Sage, what's going on? When are you getting off stream? I am getting off here in the next few minutes. Actually, I'm done. I'm like about to start closing up. All right, look at that, dude. All right. Okay, we're out of range there, but that's not hard to fix. And I bet it's because Chud is not part of the active. Chud is not part of the active. So if I were to add Chud in here, I think, boom. Let's add Chud. I bet it works now. Stats, Stylo, DK, Imrao. Yeah, okay, anyways. We'll fix that shit tomorrow. I ain't tripping. Main thing is I'm glad I got that working. So, check it out. Prosto. I'll show you what we're working on. Sage, how you doing tonight, man? I'm glad to see you in Twitch chat. I haven't been streaming on Twitch lately. I've been on YouTube. Not sure if you knew that. I know I like stopped streaming on Twitch for a while. I just been having more fun on YouTube, honestly. It's been cool. I think he has fucked finger syndrome from pressing control too much. I mean that my left hand twitching on top of saving button shortcut without ever me think. Oh, okay, got you. Progress on this game is looking really good, man. I love it. Hey, thanks, man. The thing you get after years of programming. Okay. That's arthritis. All right, so here's the game. Pokemon kind of movement and Earthbound kind of combat. You know, you click up on here. See, this is Destiny. He's gawking out, bro. You want to see a cool video? A wild Destiny appeared. And, you can click in, pick what character you want to fight with, right? And then you can attack. But everything's broken right now because I literally stripped everything. Before it was like hard-coded because I was trying to fake a trailer. So everything was hard-coded. Now I'm trying to make everything like dynamic. So it is broken right now, but you can't, like, there is functioning attacks, there is functioning defense, magic, running. Auto fight does not work yet. Defending does the work, and so does the backpack and like assigning items to characters. There is no equip manager yet. Now need to get made so like you can equip your character with shit. That shouldn't be too hard. The save doesn't work. Money doesn't work. It looks like this is broken too. Like Chud's not getting his correct information out, and that's just because he's not set to an active thing. I still have some things to change in the party member system, but my main goal tonight was to get the profile pictures working. Now that it's all working, I can continue on tomorrow or Wednesday and like start being able to swap out maybe at like a station or something. Like you walk up to here and be like, hey, you want to be in my party? And if they say yes, then they add them to your party and you just press escape and then you're good, right? So.
Oh, yeah.
Love you too. I'm coming soon.
Your clothes are in the drawer.
All right, thank you. I don't think I'd be able to play guitar with arthritis. Guitar's fun, man. I haven't played guitar in a while. I got an Ibanez Series 2. I got the same guitar that Marty McFly plays at the beginning of, well, not at the beginning, during the talent show at his school. I love that guitar. I've had that guitar forever. I just don't have an amp. I don't have an amplifier. I used to be pretty decent. The smell of an indie dev project. Yeah, I got a few of them out there, man. I got a few indie dev projects. I'll show you some. You're brand new, so I'm going to brag a little bit. You guys got to put up with it, regulars. You filthy degens. All right, so Idle Streaming Bonanza is my most recent project, and this will be out soon. I came into some issues with I have a cheap instrument from shop nearby, and I love it. I don't know who have SA or have not and don't care. What? SA. Sexual advances? I don't know what you're saying, bro. I don't know who have the same or not. Just don't care. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think I got my guitar for like I got mine for free, actually. It was supposed to be my brother's. I'm such a Back to the Future super fan. I got Parkinson's so I could be like Michael J. Fox. Shut the fuck up, dude. That's awesome. All right. Idle Streaming Bonanza is my most recent project. It is a parody game based on popular streamers such as XQC, Pokimane, Asmongold, Dr. Disrespect, and Tim the Tatman, and Pirate Software. Pirate Software did not like what I did to him in this game. He sent a DMCA out. He got my game taken down off Steam. I got a lawyer. I got my game put back up on Steam, but Steam's being dicks. So I got a letter from a lawyer much recently, and I should be hearing back from Steam in a few days. And we're sending a thingy to a demand letter to Pirate Software. And yeah, I can't release the game until that shit happens. But this is the game. This is Idle Streaming Bonanza. You can play the demo now. Go play the game in wishlist. You fucks. PS grappling a parody law. Yeah, he's a fuckhead. I don't like him. That's one game. Another project I'm working on. I'm super passionate about this one. I like this one. Is Samurai Stratagem. This one's not out yet, though. Does Asmongold have a dead rat in his level? No. That's a good idea. I should add that, actually. Prosto would have problems playing this game. His arthritis wouldn't let him keep up, I don't think. Alright, Samurai Stratagem. That's coming out soon. Then we got... This game sucks. Go buy it. This game really sucks, actually. This was my first Steam title. This was my first Steam title. Don't trash on it too hard. I got 5 reviews. Kind of boomer shooter, Wolfenstein-esque, you know. I'd like to redo this game, actually. I kind of want to. I recently came across a program called Blockbench, and I'd like to make everything in 3D. I think it'd be really fun. You get 20 levels. Yeah. This was my second game ever made. First game on Steam. Okay. Boo. This game looked good as fuck for a first game. Yeah, this was my second game. This is my biggest project to date. It was just shit. Like I was still in college when I made this, and I was getting out of college, and I was like, shit, man, I want to get this finished so that way I can like get some money. You know what I mean? But I think I overestimated how good the game was. I was still young, and this was my first game, or my like first big game. I had got featured in a magazine. It was an indie magazine. It was called E1M1. I got 3 out of 5 stars for it. So it was a good learning experience. It was cool. I mean, I made like $500 on it. I made $500 on it, but it was fun. It was fun. Honestly, the sprites look clean as fuck. Thank you. I never like rasterized chatting in Doom-like games. Oh, shading. I liked. What do you mean? Okay. All right, I got you. Yeah, I was going for like this comic book kind of feel. Like the cutscenes are kind of comic booky. The cutscenes are kind of comic booky too. But it was fun. It was fun. I wish I did it better. And I'm probably gonna go back and do it again. Like I said, I want to do it in a more 3D kind of deal. Oh, well, not 3D, but like Blockbench, which is like 3D models with like pixel art on top of them. I think it'd be pretty cool, at least for the environments. I wouldn't mind keeping like the sprites like PNGs, but like all the knowledge I've saved for Apostle 2, yeah, like all the knowledge that I gained from like working at my current job and just the years of programming, like I released this in 2021, you know, so like I've learned a lot in the 4 years, but I'll probably do another one. But guys, that's it for tonight. I do appreciate everyone who came in. Thanks for hanging out, chilling with me. Prosto, welcome. I'm not sure if he's still here. Did I scare him off? No, he's still here. Okay. Guys, thank you. Do appreciate it. Dark Void Dev, Squid, Bill the Butcher, he's gone. Prosto, Sage, if you're still here, thank you. I'll have an ad break on fucking on Twitch, so that sucks. All right, go watch on YouTube. I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta get to bed. I'm fucking tired, and I got work tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful night, and cool stream. Thanks, man. All right, peace out, guys. Y'all have a good one.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.